Radio from Hell with Gary Jackson, Bill Allred, and Gina Barberi on X96.
This would be the official beginning.
Yes.
What time is it?
I have 6:21.
Perfect. Yes, Gina.
Brought to you by celebrate the 150th anniversary of the connection of the Transcontinental Railroad, May 9th through the 11th at Ogden's Union Station and historic 25th Street. Details at visitogden.com.
The moon is just about gone. 11.8% of it remains showing, and it'll be gone. Let's see, the new moon will be on May 4. The moon will set today at 5:13 p.m., today being Wednesday. It's the first day of May, May Day, in the year of our Lord 2019. And as they say, Valor Margolis, all men must die.
Well,
We are the Radio from Hell show, starring the Lords of Morning Radio. We are the sons of the soil. Kerry Jackson, Bill Allred, and Gina Barberi. The producer of the Radio from Hell show is Katie for short, and I'm going to guess, I haven't seen who's here today, I'm going to guess Chase.
good guess.
It was Parker yesterday, right?
Chase was a little late,
It
so
was Chase.
I bet we had
RFH
weather
TV.
issues.
probably.
I'm sorry, what did you both say at the same time?
It doesn't matter. Go on.
Carrie's not feeling well, I can tell.
I got a little something in my throat.
I'm sorry if I'm responsible for that. I'm sorry.
You may be. I don't know yet.
Yeah. I got a little something in my mouth. I got so my next door neighbor Jackie just celebrated Passover, and for Passover, it's a tradition. I guess in a lot of places, in a lot of families, they serve macaroons, and there are these macaroons that you buy in a can, and they're
A tin?
well, it's cardboard actually, but it's got one of those metal lids that you have to rip off, and then it's got a seal tight lid that you put back on top of it. And Manischewitz makes them, and then some other family, so like the Steyer family macaroons, and they're all different. There's just regular coconut macaroons, and then there's chocolate macaroons, and they come in these cans. They're about big around as a silver dollar, and a little amount of coconut, and then flavoring. And it turns out they never eat them all, and it's become her tradition to give the rest of them to me. So I got a whole can of macaroons, and then about 4 cans of macaroons that had been delved into. A few of them are gone. Chocolate chip macaroons or. And I ate a couple in the car on the way to work today. And that's a mistake. Because that coconut, it gets down in your gums, down next to your teeth, where I'm going to have to spend the entire morning.
Picking it out?
Yeah, go on. If you can come up close on my face here, if you want to. I'm going to have to spend the entire morning going, like that with my tongue. Yeah, I drink coffee. I drink water to try and get it out. I swish. Those little flakes of coconut.
Well, Bill, I too brought
delicious.
a Passover treat for us to share.
Is that babka cake
Yes.
from you?
Oh,
the
that
cinnamon
is?
babka.
Oh, let's try that.
We loaned our truck out to some friends from New Jersey, and as a thank you, they sent us a big box of
And it's from a great place. It's from
Zabar's.
Zabar's.
which is a great place.
So they sent us 2 babkas. You can't eat 2 babkas.
Well,
so we kept one at home, and Joe said, "Take this one into
Why
to
is it
the
out
boys."
there?
Well, I don't.
But if you leave it out there,
Well, it needs to
other
be
people
cut
will
up,
eat it.
and we can't do that in here.
The
It's-
wretched
we can.
refuse will get to it out
Yes,
there.
we can. We can cut it up in here, right there. We've done stuff like
That's
that
what
before.
we have a
There are
kitchen, right? That's what the kitchen is for.
That kitchen is communal hell.
You cut it up in the kitchen. and then
I
bring it
saw
in.
seagulls in that kitchen the other day, sitting on a mound of garbage, eating something. I'm not gonna. No,
But so what came from Zabar's was
bring that in here, will you?
the babka, and then it was sandwich fixing. So they sent in a little cooler. They sent rye bread and pickles and mustard
Oh.
and deli meat and
Nice.
in this little refrigerated.
Ooh.
Yeah, I made a corned beef yesterday. I'm gonna make like sloppy Joe corned beef sandwiches with it today.
Ooh,
Yeah,
I want a good sandwich today.
Zabar's cinnamon babka, suitable for home freezing. Doesn't say anything about eating it. It just says it's suitable
Just
for
freeze
freezing.
it forever.
Yeah, it looks
But
delicious.
it says it's good for, like,
till May 20th.
yeah, so you should break into that today.
Okay. Well, we can cut it up in here.
Well, I don't know. This is pretty gross.
Gina,
Let me see it.
we've done it before. And besides, you can cut it up in the can, in the gin that it's
In the container.
in the container.
Have you guys
We've
been
got
there
paper
to
towels.
Zabar's?
Yeah, I have.
Yeah, it's been a while, but
That's a famous.
It's wonderful. It's expensive.
So this was a good thank you present?
Yeah.
they must have liked you.
I think so. They liked our truck, I guess.
I still have coconut. Man, it's just going to stick in there.
Maybe some Bobco will get rid of it.
A little bit of cinnamon. What you should do with it, though, if you say you have another one,
Yeah.
have you opened the other one yet?
Yes.
Oh, because it's really good if you put it in the oven.
Warm it up a little.
Yeah, put a piece. It's in a foil pan, so you can. I don't even know if you have to cover it. You can just put it in there in the foil pan
Warm
and
it
warm
up a little.
Yeah, it's delicious.
0 trans fats.
I know.
Well, it's healthy then.
Well, it's
good for you.
It's for Passover.
It's health food.
It's rabbi approved.
Yeah, it's kosher.
Yeah. All right.
All right, let's get this underway then.
Can I do a little traffic?
Yes.
Because there are issues this morning. I'm wondering if Chase had issues coming in today. Yes, Logan Canyon, was it bad? Snow? Snow mix is continuing in northern Yeah, you might be surprised. There are places you wake up this morning, you might have to scrape a little skiff of something off your car.
I'm getting a report the bridges on the Mountain View corridor are icy.
Yeah, and I bet, like Carrie, I bet up your house it was below freezing. I bet up there.
We got down to 36, 35. I did bring in the porch tomatoes.
Okay. Mountain Dell's having trouble on I-80. Several spinouts on very icy roads. Cars without much tread won't make it through there. 3 slide-offs in Parley's Canyon. 2 cars off to the right. I think people just probably were going their normal speeds and not expecting it to be
Yeah.
slick on, May 1st. Crash south on I-15 just after 7th South in Clearfield. 2 left lanes are blocked. Traffic is backing to 650 north. And let's see, front of the program says traffic southbound I-15 by Hill Air Force Base. Stop and go. Assuming there's an accident up there, but don't know so far. If you see something, you can send it to us, 339.
Carrie, Bill, and
Oh, my. That's what happens when you press the button at the same time.
33986. It's Big O Tires $100 off sale. Receive up to $100 off select sets of 4 Big O brand tires. Only at Big O, the team you trust.
All right, we got things that must go coming up. Big boy news, a pinuendo, all on the way. But right now we got to tell you about UtahAdvocates.com.
Yep, that's their website, UtahAdvocates.com. They refer to themselves in a short form as the Advocates, and because there are lots of attorneys out there, but these guys are attorneys who advocate for your best interests. If you get into an accident, and I hope you don't today on the slick roads, but if you get into an accident and you are hurt, this is the firm you should call.
Don't wait to call them. A lot of times people are like, well, maybe I'm fine or maybe I can handle this. Just get them involved as soon as possible.
I mean, yeah, as soon as possible. Get things squared away. Don't make them the very first phone call
no.
you make, but get yourself squared away and then call the advocates if you think you have a case. They can talk to you on the phone or online at UtahAdvocates.com 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and they can usually determine on the phone whether you have a case or not. So it's the Advocates, UtahAdvocates.com. The phone number is 801-355-5550. There are lots of lawyers, but you deserve an advocate.
So this weekend is also the big shopping thing.
It is.
And I'm telling you right now, if you go, I'm going to be hurt.
The big shopping thing being every year, Gina. Well, you tell them what you do every year.
Yeah, go ahead, Gina.
It's my mom, the Sainted Mary Claire, and 3 of her friends, and all their daughters. I don't even know how many people it is. It's like 40 people.
But they're all of a certain. Oh no, I'm not going to do it. Never mind. I was going to be way too mean there.
I was so hoping
No,
you'd continue. Let that
no,
thought
no.
flow through there.
In
Anyway.
fact, one of the mothers was shopping a day or two ago with her daughters. I'm not sure where they were, but she
Getting
was
a jump
trying
on it, were they?
Well, no, they were trying to buy the matching jammies because we all wear matching jammies, and
Those are pajamas for those of you who don't know
Yeah.
what jammies are.
matching jammies. And the mother said, "Oh, I want these." And they said, "Well, we need to order them in." And she said, "Well, I have to have them by Thursday." I'm like, "Why do you need 5 pairs of matching jammies by Thursday?" And she said, "Well, we go on this shopping trip every year." And he said, "Is this Gina Barberi's shopping
Oh,
trip?"
God. Okay, so we don't need to explain it. Everybody seems to know. But here's the deal, is that if you go,
Why will you be hurt?
I will be
Terry?
hurt because she can't make the ride into work here and sit in this comfortable chair that Babinski's has given you.
But she can go
But she can go
shopping.
and shop. And that just shows there's that guilt thing coming back, is that you and I cannot have any control.
No.
But Mary Claire, queen of guilt.
She directs my life, as you know.
I don't think that you should let your mother make you go on this shopping
That's right. That's right.
Well, and actually we've talked about it a lot the last couple of days, and she's been worried about me, and I've been having some trouble the last couple of days. And
Richie's having a T-shirt made for you, by the way. It just says "irritable uterus" on it.
Well,
I'd wear it.
Let's see if we can get a second tie line to come in here. I know big radio stations can do that, and we're just KXRK Provo, but let's see if we can get a second tie line in here so that Gina can be at home and we can be at Jiffy Lube on Monday. And we can all be here. All right?
It'd be nice if we could do that.
All right.
It's the JT thing that's the problem.
Well, JT can maybe send her traffic in pre-recorded.
Oh, okay.
JT, you're there,
Yeah.
right? Maybe we could do that just for
Whatever
one
you guys want.
for one day. all
That's
right?
a doable thing, isn't it, JT?
As long as somebody can play an MP3 over there.
Sure. Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah, whatever you guys want.
All right, we'll have Richie work that out.
I mean, it
So-
would be sort of live traffic, but it would be like
I'll send it like a minute or two.
a
before
minute
it
or
is.
two.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I won't be able to do my sign off though.
Well, we'll be okay.
We'll forego
One
that.
day, one day.
Yeah, whatever you guys want. Come
All
on.
right.
From Hell on X96.
All right, 6:35. Things that must go coming up in about 10 minutes. But right now, big boy news and opinioendo. Brought to you by
Hoops Vision makes sure nothing gets between you and your life focus, exceeding expectations in every way. Hoops Vision, laser vision correction. Call 877-30-LASIK or hoopsvision.com.
Well, some of our very, very precious celebrities
Oh,
who we love and adore and worship at all costs
yes.
have been having some trouble with being robbed and being the victims of crimes.
Oh, no.
An armed man barricaded himself inside a Los Feliz home that belongs to the director Spike Jonze yesterday. LAPD and SWAT officers came to the neighborhood. The Los Angeles police responded to reports of a burglary at a house in the 400 block of, or the 4000 block of Farmouth Drive, a few blocks away above Los Feliz Boulevard and below Griffith Park. The Channel 4 reported that the house belongs to Adam Spiegel, the legal name for Spike Jonze,
Spike Jonze is not his real
What?
name?
who has been
I'm shocked.
seen outside the home. He was seen outside the home talking to officers. According to LAPD, a man entered the home, locked himself inside with a knife. Police would not say whether the house belonged to the director, Spike Jonze, but the Times has confirmed that a house on that same block does indeed belong to Mr. Spiegel, or Spike Jonze if you prefer. So what they're saying now is Spike Jonze was at home and he was robbed in his home by a man with a knife. And Jeff Goldblum, not immune to this either. He was, on a trip to Hawaii, just trying to relax a little bit, and he was robbed. He claims he got his belongings straight up jacked out of a hotel locker while he was taking a dip in the ocean.
Leave Jeff Goldblum alone.
So they didn't know they were stealing from Jeff Goldblum? They just
Don't know. Jeff filed a report over the weekend after his personal items were stolen out of a locker at the Outrigger Resort in Waikiki. Well, that's not a very nice place.
I was going to say.
Geez. Cops are investigating. The Jurassic Park actor crammed a bunch of his stuff into a locker before diving into the Pacific, and when he came back to shore, his stuff nowhere to be found, so he called the cops. Now, maybe he wasn't staying at the Outrigger. He was just using their locker facility.
Yeah, they're using the beach.
Yeah.
I'm betting that the thief didn't know he was stealing from Jeff Goldblum, because if he did, he wouldn't have done it.
He'd be afraid, because he'd be afraid that Jeff Goldblum would come and stammer at him.
Come and stammer.
So one of the mysteries of the sweeping college admissions fraud case
Varsity Blues.
has been over the families that prosecutors say paid the biggest sums of money to a college consultant at the center of the scheme, but they haven't been charged. And we were wondering about that when this first came out, too. The 33 parents charged in the scandal are mostly accused of paying this consultant, William Singer, either tens or hundreds of thousands of dollars to facilitate cheating on admissions tests, to bribe coaches or other officials so that their children can be admitted to schools as recruited athletes. But the prosecutors leading the largest ever college admissions prosecution have also alluded to other families, not named and not charged, who paid far more than these celebrities did.
Millions.
One family paid Mr. Singer $6.5 million to get their child into college through the recruitment scheme, the prosecutors have said. Another was described in court documents as having paid Mr. Singer $1.2 million in connection with their daughter's application to Yale. Prosecutors said that the daughter, whom they called Yale Applicant 1 in court documents, was admitted to Yale as a recruit for the women's soccer team despite not being a competitive soccer player. According to documents charging Rudolph Meredith, the former women's soccer coach at Yale, Mr. Singer had paid Mr. Meredith a bribe to designate the young woman as a recruit for the team. Singer has pleaded guilty to racketeering and other charges. So finally, Yale applicant number 1 has been identified.
Okay.
She is Sherry Guo, G-U-O, Guo. She is a young woman from China who moved to Southern California for high school and who was a freshman at Yale until last month. A freshman at Yale because people were bribed to get her in there. This is according to her lawyer. Ms. Guo's identity was first reported on Friday by the Wall Street Journal. A spokesman for the United States Attorney's Office in Boston declined to comment on Ms. Guo's case, asked why Ms. Guo and her parents, as well as the still unidentified family that was said to have paid Singer $6.5 million, have not been charged, and the attorney's office said, we can't comment. So it's got government written all over it.
Yeah, somebody up high.
According to the charges against Mr. Meredith, Ms. Guo and her family were introduced to Singer in 2017 by a financial advisor. An employee of the financial advisor sent Singer an email saying Yale applicant 1 is the father's wish to make a donation to one of the top schools so his daughter can go. And yeah, but they're still not identified. It's like it's some ambassador or something like that.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like. Brianne Altice. Does that name ring a bell?
Yeah, why does it?
Hot for teacher.
She's former high school teacher convicted of sexually abusing 3 students in Davis County, I believe it was.
That's it.
She's been granted parole. She was granted parole and will be released from prison September 10th. She was denied parole back in January of 2017. She was convicted on 3 counts of sex abuse. The abuse involved 3 boys ages 16, 17, and 17. As of November last year, Altice sought dismissal of the lawsuit against her and the Davis School District, but I don't know how that's going, but she will be granted parole and get out in September. Lightning hit a tree in a West Jordan home, and it caught the tree on fire, destroyed the tree, and blew out a window in a house. Mick Roberg was on a bed watching TV when the bolt hit. It just seemed like the whole wall exploded, Mr. Roberg said, like a loud boom, and then bright light. The strike sent shards of glass and wood through the window. I feel lucky. The curtain saved me, he said. The curtain. Roberg said he had planned to cut down the tree anyway. Now it's pretty well done for him, and the home suffered some minor damage with this lightning strike. University of North Carolina, a shooting there. Man with a pistol walked into a classroom late yesterday afternoon and opened fire, fatally shooting 2 people, injuring 4 others on the last day of classes. Chief Jeff Baker of the UNCC Police and Public Safety Department said at a news conference that the 3 of those injured were in critical condition. The 4th had less serious injuries, so there still could be more deaths to come from this. The police disarmed the suspect and took him into custody at a building on campus. He has been identified as Tristan Andrew Terrell, 22, a dropout, I believe I heard. He was a student at North Carolina, but had dropped out. The gunman didn't say anything when he was taken into custody. He was charged with 2 counts of murder, 4 counts of attempted murder, and other charges stemming from this. How much time do we have here?
A couple of minutes.
So there's an update on that story about herpes outbreak at the Coachella Music
I'm
Festival.
glad you've been following the story.
I have been trying to stay on top of the herpes. 2 festival goers who attended Coachella and a stagecoach can probably hold off on an STD test because officials are claiming that the only outbreak during the festivals was a bogus story about herpes outbreaks.
So no herpes.
No herpes. And an official at the Riverside County Health Department says that there's been no increase of reports in herpes following Coachella. Somebody made it up because they thought it would be funny.
Well, it was.
It was a little bit.
I chuckled when I read the story.
And then finally this. Man, I hate to report on this kind of thing because it makes me hungry. An amateur pie has won the National Pie Championships. And, I'm a big fan of amateur pie.
An amateur pie.
Yeah. Amateur pie is one of my favorite pies.
I'm amateur pie.
For nearly a quarter of a century, the American Pie Council, of which I am a member, has held the National Pie Championships to determine the cream of the crop, as it were, in pie baking. Bakers are separated into amateur, professional, and commercial categories for a weekend of baking and judging in Orlando, Florida. I think specifically it's in Celebration, Florida. Because I've been lobbying to go there and judge for a long time. On April 13th, Rhonda Hall won the $5,000 Amateur Best in Show award for her Denali Caribou Crunch Pie. The pie has a crunchy chocolate crust,
Always good.
covered with a bottom layer of white chocolate filling.
Oh.
That's sprinkled with mini chocolate caramel cups and chocolate-covered Oreo pieces. The second layer
That's just the first layer.
is a caramel pecan filling, which is followed by a third layer
Can you do
chocolate
that?
of Gina, yes, you can.
I don't know. I think she's playing pie god there.
What chocolate mousse with pieces of white chocolate, coated waffle cones, and topping of whipped cream. Ms. Ho also took top spot in a stunning 6 other flavor categories
Wow.
for her blueberry, cherry, cream cheese, pumpkin, and Dobla Summer Orange Cream Pies. The star pie maker had previously participated in baking competitions at the Arkansas State Fair, where she kept winning locally, so she said, that's enough of this. I'm going national.
Katie, we have to get Bill to the pie competition next year. That's a goal.
Oh, man.
Because he's on the pie council. He could be a judge.
I have a certificate that says I'm a member of the National Pie Council.
Gina, aren't you mad at him for taking your sports report just now?
That's true.
Oh.
So I'll just mention some things going on sports-wise in town. Tomorrow night, the Bees, they're still playing Tacoma. They lost last night. And it's Dollar Hot Dog night at the Bees. Friday, the Utah Royals are playing the Chicago Red Stars. That's a 7:30 kick. Saturday, the Monarchs playing Fresno FC. That's a 1 o'clock kick. And Real Salt Lake playing Portland Timbers Saturday. That's a home match, Rio Tinto Stadium. So that's going on locally here. And the weather should be good for all those, even for the Bees game tonight, because the little bit of rain and snow in places that we had this morning should be gone by then. Bonanza Campout returns to Heber June 21st through the 23rd with DJ Snake, G-Eazy, Empire of the Sun, Grizz, Machine Gun Kelly, and more. Get tickets and campsites at bonanzacampout.com. So, yeah, really cold overnight, and some people got snow, and it's even icy. Like Parley's Canyon, I guess, is icy. Only a high of 53 today. Traffic, yeah, it's bad this morning because you might not be expecting those slick conditions. Multi-vehicle crash northbound I-215 just before 33rd South in Mill Creek. The right lane and both shoulders are blocked. Rollover crash eastbound I-80 approaching 72nd West in Salt Lake. Injuries are reported and traffic is backing toward Saltaire. Snow mix falling right now, US 89 in Layton, and it is terrible. I-80 Parley's Canyon. 3 slide-offs. 2 cars off on the right shoulder, facing backwards on the left. It's very, very slick through Parley's, and people are approaching it at regular speeds because it's May, and you should be able to drive regular speeds. Utah Film Center presents 15th anniversary screening of Napoleon Dynamite with post-film discussion, cast and crew this Friday, May 3rd. Ticket information at utahfilmcenter.org.
I think on Friday we may get Jared Hess, the director of Napoleon Dynamite, here in the studio.
Right. Things That Must Go, brought to you by?
Celebrate the 150th anniversary of the connection of the Transcontinental Railroad, May 9th through the 11th at the Ogden Union Station, historic 25th Street. Details at visitogden.com.
Things that must go on the radio. From Hell Show.
These are things that are bugging you, things that you can't stand anymore, things that if your coworkers are doing them, like singing along with the jingles, they must stop. Send them to radiofromhell@x96.com, put must go in the subject line, and we'll try to read them on the air. I have one of my own today. In meetings, in work meetings, when the person who's doing something, presenting something, they go through their presentation, they do a couple of items, and then that person is asked, do you have anything else? And they say, no, that's it. And then they go on with another thing. I think that happens in every one of our meetings. Is that all? Is that all you have? Yeah, I think that'll be about it. Oh, do you... drives me crazy. This one is, hello, lords and ladies. Feel free to use my name. Shouted from the mountaintops for all I care. Maybe it will help eliminate these things from my life. Okay, Trevin, here goes. The coworker who has to loudly clear and sigh and clear his throat, and then most of all mumbles all damn day. It must go. We're talking full-on back and forth questions and answers to himself. It must stop. That would be pretty unnerving.
Yeah.
The same coworker who feels the need to tout his years of experience in the drafting design field, even though he's been here for only a few months, and be argumentative about every damn thing. Stop it. And this same coworker, I'm sure you're sensing a theme, who is incapable of letting anyone else talk in complete sentences without interrupting.
Yeah.
It doesn't even matter the subject. I was talking about the incident last fall of my son getting lost in Moab, and he interrupted to tell me about search and rescue teams. Did I ask you to speak? Do I look as if I were done with my conversation? No? Then shut up. Anyway, I could go on for days about this guy. Thanks for the show. Geek Show says, hey, Bill, leave the bottle. And Gina, you didn't ruin the show. Thanks, Trevin. This one is, to help protect your privacy, some content in this message has been blocked. Huh, that's interesting. I guess I guess I don't know who did that, but it's here. This is an odd must go, so I won't mention the name. My thing that must go is the library in Pflugerville, Texas, holding an anti-prom function without snakes. Now, originally, the librarians published an advertisement for this anti-prom event with snakes when they meant snacks. But they put snakes. The librarian should have stuck with having snakes because regular prom would not have snakes. Thus, an anti-prom should have snakes. Snakes are cool because of the fact that they eat their prey whole. Okay, and then finally this. Hey there, radio icons. You're good. Feel free to use my name, Shane, a couple of times. This must immediately go. My boss not allowing me to move my office. I currently share space with a coworker, and he insists everyone call him Dr. Acula. You guessed it. He's not a doctor or a vampire.
Dr. Acula.
Dr. Acula.
Dr. Acula. Yeah. He's not a doctor or a vampire. His name is Ted.
Well, if my name was Ted, I'd rather be called something else.
Also,
anything.
Also, good Dr. Acula sits in the office and breaks loud flatulence and then proclaims, "Damn pounds shouldn't have had them tacos or hamburgers or drink or whatever it's messed him up." Thanks for your time in reading this. Hopefully these things will pass. Shane. All right. Gina?
Don't use my name. It's too uncommon. I have two things. Number one, fluffy animal hats on adults must go. I see this all the time. Grocery shopping, post office, Walmart. I know polar bears and panda bears are adorable, but it doesn't need to be on your head. Just wear a beanie like everybody else. And my work has designed the conference rooms to be next to the restrooms. So when people are waiting in the hallway for meeting, they're also staring at people entering and leaving the restroom. I don't need looks when I spend more than an allotted time it takes to go pee. I know what you're doing in there. That's it. You rock my world. Thank you for the joy you bring to my drive to work. This must go from Jess, people who clip their nails at work, and my coworker that clips his toenails in his cubicle. The sound grosses me out so much. And you know he's just letting the clippings fly. He's not even throwing out. They're just on the floor. And let's see, finally this from Jason. What must go is people complaining about Avengers Endgame and the latest episode of Game of Thrones. Was probably, at least for me, the greatest thing I've seen on television and movies ever or probably will ever see. Yeah. I can't stand the nitpicking, and I straight up hate what I've been seeing online. How high are your damn standards, really? Both the show and the movie far exceeded all my expectations by miles. I'm so flabbergasted that anyone would find either of these massive filming achievements lacking. We don't deserve nice things. We are rotten, spoiled children who need a timeout. Love you guys. FOP for 22 years, Jason.
I agree, Jason. All right, the first item is from my wife and I. Kind of gives you a look into our troubled lives. Things that must go when you get too much lotion for your hands, but you're wearing pants and a long sleeve shirt. What do you do with the extra lotion?
Wow, that is rough.
That is rough.
You're brave.
Yeah,
you are brave.
You guys power through, don't you?
We do. We do. We hold our heads high and power through. Yep. Let's see this from Laura. Allow me to preface this with the fact that I am a mom of 2 awesome kids and 2 fabulous dogs.
Okay.
Things that must go. The term littles. Mm-hmm. Took the littles to the zoo today. Yeah. Barf. Just say kids.
Yeah.
The term fur babies.
Yeah.
Karen, you have dogs. Let them be dogs. All right, there you go.
Karen!
Damn it, Karen. Let's see. Please do not use my name. Things that must go. I recently bought all new kitchen appliances. They were all wrapped in plastic wrap when they were delivered. What must go is the tiny plastic particles in every seam and corner. We will never get them all out. In 30 years, we will still be finding plastic wrap. Next thing that must go, Poshmark and similar ads on Facebook. When I stop scrolling because I see a cute dress or purse or something, I want to look at that exact dress you just showed me, not sign up for a stupid service.
No, I hate that.
Where is that dress? I bet that dress isn't even in there on your stupid service. Finally, bathroom campers. Look, I know you're in that stall hiding from people and scrolling your phone. We all are. But for the love of all that is fluffy, could you please wrap it up? I have some serious business to do here. I'll wait 30 minutes for you to leave if I have to. Our ladies' room needs a sign that says no camping. Finally, this. Don't use my name. Thing that must go is that the hair braiding lessons were canceled for the Game of Thrones celebration at the main library.
What? Well, that's not right.
I mean, other than YouTube, how is someone going to learn how to braid really cool hairstyles like Sansa Stark?
It's true.
It's exactly true.
My other thing that must go, the lack of chairs for the Dragon Egg Craft Project. I had to sit on the floor.
That's terrible.
That's just awful.
Things that must go on the radio. From Hell Show.
We have winter driving conditions in May. Roads are slick and people aren't taking that into account. Everyone's driving too fast. Cars spun out on the on-ramp from Union Park to go westbound I-215 in Midvale. The left lane is blocked. Yeah, bridges and overpasses are slick. Multi-vehicle crash northbound I-215, 33rd South in Mill Creek. The right lane and both shoulders are blocked. Traffic is backing to 62nd South. Rollover crash eastbound I-80 approaching 72nd West in Salt Lake. Injuries are being reported and traffic backing back to Saltaire. Parley's is a mess. Multiple spin-offs. Cars facing backwards off to the side of the road.
Wow.
The bridge over the Mountaindale Golf Course is really slick. So give yourself some extra time this morning.
There's just enough moisture there that it'll freeze up. And
when it comes to mortgage lending, call Rick at Vintage Lending. Where else are you going to go? 16 years experience. Call Rick, 801-809-SAVE or loansbyrick.com.
all right, thank you very much. We will be back. We've got Boners Round 1 on the way. Stand by for that.
Let's see. Do you want to hear the candidates now?
No.
Oh, no, not for a
No,
minute.
I need to tell you about 23andme.com/X96.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to getting my results back for the 23andMe Health Ancestry Kit. And I was looking at the website the other day, and I was thinking this would be a good gift for Mother's Day because it's hard to find gifts for Mother's Day.
Mm-hmm.
And this is something that I think that she would be very interested in. This Mother's Day, for a limited time only, 23andMe is taking $30 off their Health Ancestry Kit, only until May 13th. 23andMe Health Ancestry Kit is the perfect gift for Mother's Day. Celebrate what makes Mom special and personalize genetic insights on her health, traits, and more. She can discover how her genes may influence her health and more with over 125 personalized genetic reports that feature information on her traits and health like genetic weight, caffeine consumption, sleep movements, all kinds of things you can learn from these genetic tests. This Mother's Day, get $30 off 23andMe's Health Ancestry Kit at 23andme.com/X96. Be sure to do the /X96 to make sure you get this deal and that we get the credit. That's the number 23andme.com/X96. Again, that's 23andme.com/X96. The offer ends May 13th.
I've never heard of a Mary Jane candy.
Mary Jane's. Mary Jane's.
You get that in Colorado?
It's you ever heard of Mary Jane?
No.
Famous old candy. Originally made in 1914
That's probably stale.
by the Charles N. Miller Company, later by Stark Candy Company, now manufactured by Necco.
Oh.
And
Did you go back to Backyard Birds?
no, my my 11-year-old daughter, little Mrs. Bill, went up to the 7-Eleven and came back and said, "Look, they have Mary Jane's up there."
She knows what that is?
Sure, she's had them before. But listen, we know candy in our family.
Old candy.
And new candy. They know all kinds of candy. The candy, Mary Jane's, Charles Miller invented this candy and named them after his favorite aunt, Mary Jane.
Ah.
And there's a picture of a little girl on
Wonder how his other aunts felt about that.
well, he had a favorite aunt, Mary Jane. Maybe he didn't have any others, but they're terrible.
Really?
I'd forgotten how terrible they are. I think they maybe used to be a little better. It's peanut butter, essentially, or peanut. There used to be peanut butter, sort of more peanut butter in them, and peanut butter and molasses.
Oh.
and they're chewy, like taffy.
Yeah.
But now they're just more sort of molassesy and sugary and very little peanutty. I was disappointed, but she was excited to find them and enjoyed them. Never had a Mary Jane? Would you eat a Mary Jane if somebody gave you one?
Not when you've described it, how terrible it is.
Well, but I mean, if I just said it was peanut butter and molasses, would you go, oh, I'll try that?
Yeah.
You don't have anything against molasses? No. It's just kind
What
of...
would I have against molasses?
Well, I don't know. You have weird food things.
Molasses is fine.
I thought, I think it's
I have things
oh, no,
in common with molasses.
That's well, you're as slow as it.
Yes.
But in January, that's what my mother used to say. Would you hurry? You're as slow as molasses in January, which is, I think, the slowest of all molasses.
And I'm referencing Bugs Bunny twice again on today's show.
Yeah.
He was borrowing a cup of molasses from somebody. He had his coffee cup. Elmer shot a hole through it. And it's snowing around, okay? And it starts to run out, and he goes, I didn't think molasses would run in January.
But
Yeah, there you go. And then of course there's all different. There's blackstrap molasses, which is the realies. See, I didn't think you'd like molasses because it's too strong.
It's
Well,
yeah.
well, you
It's
don't
like
eat
strong syrup.
you don't need a spoonful of it. It's an ingredient amongst other things.
Some people use it in lieu of syrup on things.
Ew.
They'll drizzle molasses on their pancakes or on cereals or whatever. I find it a little. Oh, and the brand of molasses that you buy in the grocery store
Has a rabbit on it.
It's Brer Rabbit.
Yeah.
Brer Rabbit molasses. So I
insist on Brer Rabbit molasses.
I don't
when
think
buying molasses.
I don't think we can go into the whole reason that why Brer Rabbit might be on the
Ask your grandpa about Song of the South, kids.
yeah, or when you go to Disneyland, what is it? Big
It's,
Thunder
Splash
Mountain?
Mountain.
Splash Mountain. Splash Mountain is full of characters that Disney no longer promotes or uses.
But they're in there.
Yeah, that ride.
But that's the only place. Your laughing place. Isn't that what they say?
Yeah.
Your laughing place.
That's where Brer Rabbit is.
Yeah. I like that ride, actually.
Always get wet.
And it's a nice place to cool off at Disneyland.
Mm-hmm.
From Hell with Gary Jackson, Bill Allred, and Gina Barberi on X96.
7:06 right now.
What have you got to give away, Gina?
Well, X96 welcomes Patton Oswalt.
Welcome.
Kingsbury Hall, July 19th.
Welcome, Patton.
Tickets go on sale or are on sale at
They're on sale now.
smithtix.com.
Yeah. I know because I bought some.
Because
Because I wanted to make sure I go.
I bet you were the first person in line.
No, there were
Was
a lot
there a
of seats.
line?
But Radio from Hell has your chance to win tickets every day this week. Listen every day for your chance to win. I'm going to give you a keyword. You will text that keyword to 33986 for a chance to win. The keyword is Blade, B-L-A-D-E, Blade. Text that to 33986.
All right.
You know, it's by coincidence that we got this email because I wanted to talk about this today. We got an email that says, "Hello, Lords and Lady. This is an experience that we could use as a must-go, but it's also maybe an email of interest. It's about what happens when you post a review of something using your real name." Now, first of all, where I wanted to go with this was I heard a commercial, and I don't on another radio station, and I don't have anything against the commercial or anything, but it said the woman in the commercial said something. I don't know about you, but I always read the online reviews before I, go to a place or try a product or something like that. And I thought to myself, I don't ever do that.
Ever?
No, almost. Well, I suppose I have, but really I don't. Now my wife does.
I do.
And that's what I want to talk about is I don't do it because I don't trust them in the slightest.
I don't really too much either.
I don't trust them. I don't
trust them implicitly, but it gives me more of an idea about the business.
I think I don't occasionally I have done reviews because the person who has the business asked me to,
yeah.
And I did, and they were very good. They did a good job, and they said, "Would you mind just even if you just click on the stars or something like that? Would you mind doing that?" And I go,
Yeah.
Okay."
I've only done that when asked.
But I just don't like this whole system because it's so subject to, I think, erroneous information.
But if you see a pattern of a lot of people commenting on the same thing, that maybe there's something to that.
Still don't trust it because people like to pile on. And
Let me give you an example,
and there are people who do concerted efforts to make sure that happens.
Let me give you an example. When we were booking our trip to Mexico.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
We don't know. You go online.
I don't know.
And we booked a resort that looked like a great resort. The website for the resort was a brand named resort that it wasn't some off brand. It was something you would trust.
Yeah,
And so we booked it, and then for some reason Joe decided to look up after we'd booked it. He's like, I'm going to go just read some reviews about it. Come to find out, the beach at this resort is not swimmable.
The beach.
It's too rocky,
Yeah.
and you are not allowed to swim at this beach. Now, it doesn't say this anywhere on the hotel website. And we were like, we almost took our kids to a beach vacation where we could say, you can look at the water, but you can't go in it. And we wouldn't have known that unless we'd gone. And there were all these reviews of people saying they were furious that they got all the way to Mexico and they couldn't go swim.
Well, then maybe it's, product by product, because, I read reviews for a remote control flying Millennium Falcon toy that I wanted, but all the reviews said that it was not a great toy. And I didn't because of the reviews. And then I talked to a guy who did buy it, and he says, "Oh yeah, it's terrible." So in that instance, yeah. But then ask any restaurateur how they feel about Yelp, and they'll tell you that they hate it.
Yeah. My wife just texted. She says she uses a site called Fake Spot, which will weed out fake reviews and bots and things like that. But see, that's what happens a lot of times. People want to gang up on something, and they have a bot that just starts, giving bad reviews with different names. Now, this email we got that says, this woman says, "I recently had a bad experience with a business, and I left a review listing out where things went wrong. Now, I've heard of this happening. Well, the business called me, and I spoke with them and said I wanted no further contact. I then received additional voicemails and what was probably at least a 5-page text before I blocked them. I used Google reviews because they use your real name, and I wanted people to know that this wasn't just hate spam. Because of that, it enabled this company, which has my home address and knows my home circumstances, in attempting to intimidate me into taking it down. So she had a bad experience. They called her and made her feel even worse, and so she posted a bad review using her real name. Now the company's coming after her. He says they're trying to intimidate me into taking down the bad review, and after blocking them, I'm wondering what's next. Letters to my home, to my place of work. I am pissed off and freaked out. Also, it appears this isn't uncommon. Several coworkers shared similar experiences where businesses track them down based on their Google review, call them not to apologize, but to berate them for posting without talking to them first. And I've heard a case or two where a business has actually sued a person for a negative review on Google.
Here's a couple of people. I've been to a flight school where they gave me free merchandise for giving them a 5-star on Google. Also, the apartment complex I lived in would put us in a raffle for prizes if we gave them 5-star ratings.
So people would do it for the prize and not necessarily because it was I don't know. I don't find that I trust them at all, and so I just
don't know.
never.
Like when I've booked VRBOs, I always read the reviews there.
I know when Sue books ours, she always does too.
I won't.
Yeah.
Because they review not only the place you're going, but they also review the owners. Because sometimes there are owners that have several properties, and people will say, "Oh, whatever property these guys own, they take really good care of it, and they give you good service." And so maybe mine is just a travel thing, but I always read reviews for that stuff.
Yeah, well, I know my wife. She usually does book the VRBOs and things like that, and I'm sure she reads them there. And again, let me find out what that site is that she uses. Apparently,
yeah, I'd be curious about that.
It's a good site for weeding out fake reviews. There's a lot of times I know that, Amazon is the place where I really don't. I just look at those. Sometimes I'll glance at those reviews and go, no, these people are, they're just reviewing because they want to be reviewers.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Sure, there's some.
Here's our friend Paulette. Look for the documentary $1 Billion Bully about Yelp. Which, I don't like Yelp. I've just talked to too many people who own restaurants who go, yeah, here's what's going on. Because of this one guy, I'm getting dinged for this other stuff.
The site she uses it's called Fake Spot.
Fake Spot.
And it'll weed out bad reviews. I don't know how it works exactly, but
there are Facebook groups you can join where manufacturers will refund your Amazon purchase for a 5-star review.
Really?
Well. Maybe I'll get that Millennium Falcon flying toy anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Anyway, I was just wondering about it.
So it's winter driving conditions in May. You might not be expecting that. Lots of icy conditions, particularly Parley's Canyon is bad. We heard from a couple of friends of the program who said it's just nasty. Lots of cars are sliding off up there, so please slow down if the canyons or bridges, overpasses are part of your commute. Car spun out on the on-ramp from Union Park to go westbound I-215 in Midvale. Multiple vehicle crash northbound I-215, 33rd South in Mill Creek. Right lane and both shoulders are blocked. Traffic backing to 62nd South. Rollover crash eastbound I-80 approaching 72nd West in Salt Lake. Injuries reported and traffic backing toward Saltaire. So yes, it is slick. Give yourself some extra time. Last podcast on the left coming to Eccles Theater May 19th. Laughs into the abyss in this dark side of humanity. Tickets at liveattheeccles.com.
All right, here are your boner candidates coming up. Boner candidate number 1. Ooh, a vampire facial. Boner candidate number 2. I could go buy all the coffee I want if I could only get the government to bail me out of debt. And boner candidate number 3. Sir, were you texting with those delicious taters?
All right. Boners round one, big boy news, all coming up after these. Hoops Vision Correction, HOOPES Vision.com.
Oh, yes. So listen, if you want to get your vision corrected so that you don't need to wear glasses or contact lenses, it's Hoops Vision for the place for you. I've been there and had it done, and I don't wear glasses. Carrie's been there. Carrie's been there for vision correction and for cataracts.
Yeah, I had vision correction some time ago, and then I began to notice that my left eye was a little cloudy. I was having trouble, reading and looking and all of that. And went in, they said, oh, it's a cataract. I panicked when they said that. I kind of freaked out. They said, no.
Now, settle down.
It's not like it used to be anymore. You're not going to go blind. We can go in and we can take care of this. And it was an hour procedure, I think.
Hoops Vision is a world-class leader in modern cataract surgery. If you have cloudy or blurred vision of any kind, don't miss another moment. Go to Hoops Vision. Call them 877-30-LASIK. Or their website. Make your appointment on the website and discuss the situation with them. The website is hoopsvision.com.
Sensuous. Spell it with me now. Sensuous. And now we'll use it in some dialogue between our two Utah friends, LeVar and LeGrand. Elder LeGrand R. Dunn is on the roof of his lovely West Valley bungalow installing some new shingles. His friend LeVar is down below on the porch having a nice cold glass of root beer. Again, the word is sensuous. Looks like you're doing a bang-up job with them shingles, LeGrand. That hole's being patched up just fine.
Well, I got to get this done before the snow flies. I don't want no leaking on my food storage room again this winter.
Well, if you don't want no leaking in the food storage, then you should keep LeGrand Jr. out of there.
What?
Nothing. Looks like it's kind of hot up there, LeGrand.
Yep. I'm as hot up here as a tin roof cat house.
You're what?
Nothing. Hey, what's that you're drinking down there?
Rut beer. Nice, ice-cold rut beer. Bet you could use some up there.
I could for sure. I'm as hot as a hot dog with mustard and relish.
Well, say, that's pretty hot. Bet you a nice cold Fanta root beer would sure go down good about now.
Yep, I'm really hot, LeVar. I'm so hot that if you was to, hold an old dry Christmas tree next to me, it would just go up like a match.
What?
I'm a hot tamale, LeVar.
Well, that's hot. Hot for sure. Bet you could use a cold drink. Some Fanta root beer, maybe. Like the one I'm sitting here in the Shays Lounge drinking right now.
Yep. I'm a firecracker, LeVar.
Why would you say that, LeGrand?
Never mind. I think maybe I'll just get down. Climb all the way down the ladder and go all the way into the kitchen and maybe get myself a sandwich and a cold drink.
What? Cold drink like a rut beer?
Maybe.
Well, what kind of sandwich would you get?
Pickled egg and tuna. Why?
Well, I was thinking that since you was getting down the ladder and going into the house, since you was doing that, maybe you could get me a sandwich as well and another nice cold root beer too? Since you was already thinking about going.
Look out below!
LeGrand, I was nearly... That flat of shingles nearly hit me. You should be more careful. That was an accident, wasn't it, LeGrand?
on X96. Call 877-602-9696 or text us at 33986. Message and data rates apply.
All right, 7:22. Call it 23. Why not?
Okay.
Time for round one of your boner voting. 3 news stories. These here are examples of bad, stupid, or funny human behavior. You'll decide with your vote of these 3 candidates which one is the worst, which one deserves to go forward to boner fight and possibly become boner of the day. If it wins here, it'll face off against the winner of round 2's voting. We will do this again at 8:20 with 3 more candidates. And we'll take both winners and put them into boner fight. 9:20 this morning is when that happens. You will decide boner of the day at that time. Right now, you're picking the champion for round 1. So get comfortable. 2 candidates now. A third after the news, and once you've heard all 3, then you will vote. And one of you lucky random boner voters will receive.
It's okay. I think he's over his cold, so you won't get a cold when you walk up to Bill Allred and ask him for a hearty handshake.
Man, I got accosted for hearty handshakes this past weekend. Accosted. People lined up.
Lined up for hearty handshake.
And one after another. Could I have my hearty handshake, please? Yes, you may. Another. Yes, you may. Another.
Maybe you're going to have to start, putting a cap on him.
Listen, no, I don't know. But if you want a hearty handshake, please offer one back. Don't give me a limp hand.
Oh, I see. That's just
point of
that's
that?
just rude.
Don't give me a limp hand. I'm afraid I'm going to hurt you.
That's right.
All right, here's boner candidate number 1. Ooh, a vampire facial. Two former clients of a now closed New Mexico spa that offered vampire facials contracted HIV.
Wow.
According to the New Mexico Department of Health. The department said both people had received injection-related procedures at the now shuttered VIP spa in Albuquerque.
But they were VIPs.
The department has not yet concluded the facials, which involve the injection of plasma into the face,
Wow.
directly caused the infections, but said additional laboratory testing on specimens from the 2 clients indicates recent infection with the same HIV virus, increasing the likelihood that the 2 HIV infections may have resulted from a procedure at this VIP spa. The department had not identified any other potential exposures for the virus at the spa. While over 100 VIP spa clients have already been tested, the New Mexico Department of Health is reaching out to ensure that testing and counseling services are available. The spa was closed last September after an inspection by the State Department of Health in New Mexico went, "Ugh." Took a look around and went, "Ooh, God." Yeah, they said that
Not a nice spa.
They were not, they didn't use the cleanest of, and anybody who wants to get something called a vampire facial. Really? Ugh. Boner candidate number 1. Here's boner candidate number 2. I could buy all the coffee I want if I could only get a government bailout, get me out of debt. JP Morgan Chase Bank tried to give its customers a little bit of Monday motivation. They thought that they were being, clever and good with their customers. The largest bank in the United States has now deleted a tweet posted by Chase Bank Twitter account Monday after several people, including Democratic Senator and presidential candidate Elizabeth Warren, criticized it as being completely tone deaf. The tweet depicted a hypothetical conversation between a customer and their bank account. Chase Bank tagged it with the hashtag Monday Motivation. And here's how it went.
Okay.
Why is my balance so low? Your bank account replying, make coffee at home. Bank account saying again, eat the food that's already in the fridge. Bank account again, you don't need a cab. It's only 3 blocks. I guess we'll never really know why my bank account is so low. Bank account, seriously? The tweet drew anger from several people in social media, including Warren, a politician who frequently criticizes the country's largest banks. In a response that mimicked the style of the original tweet, Warren called the bank out for receiving $25 billion in taxpayer bailout money.
Yep.
And they have the gall to criticize people who are banking with them. They've also been criticized, Chase Bank, for paying their employees notoriously low wages in the banking business.
Yep.
And not to mention the fact that Jamie Dimon got a $31 million pay package for 2018 that included cash and stock awards. The same guy who presided over the bank almost failing.
Yep.
You see why people were upset?
Yep.
Boner candidate number 2. Yeah, I could buy all the coffee I want if I could only get the federal government to bail me out of debt. Coming up in a moment, boner candidate number 3. Sir, were you texting with those delicious taters?
All right. Round 1 of your boners. Candidate number 3 coming up after this big boy news and Opinioendo. Brought to you by
Rio Grande Concert Series returns to the Gateway Thursday, May 2nd with Cayucas, live music, food trucks, craft beer from Salt Flats Brewery and Cocktails, free to the public. Details at shopthegateway.com.
I don't understand quite this. Maybe I missed something as I read through the story quickly this morning. But Kid Rock has made people unhappy. He bought a sculpture from Vermont, and he put it outside of his Nashville home. It's a gigantic hand flipping the bird. He's
Classy.
He's raising a middle finger to Music City. He lives in Nashville's White Creek neighborhood. He commissioned an artist to install a giant middle finger sculpture on his property, according to Taste of Country, the local magazine. The outlet reports Ted Pelkey of Westford, Vermont, installed a wooden sculpture shaped like a hand flipping the bird on Kid Rock's property. The finger has its own Facebook fan page and caught the attention of Rock, whose real name is Robert James. Oh, his real name isn't Kid Rock? Oh, it's Robert James Ritchie. So he contacted the guy, Pelkey, who made the bird and bought it from him so that he could put it in his yard. It's 7 feet tall.
That's a big
bird. And Rock also recently made headlines when the sign for his new Lower Broadway steakhouse and bar was approved in January. It's a 20-foot-tall neon sign in the shape of a guitar, but if you look at it, the base of the guitar is intentionally shaped like a woman's buttocks. 20-foot-tall neon.
classy,
Yeah.
like I said.
Yeah, he's a great guy, isn't he? Speaking of great guys, Carrie mentioned this, and I looked quickly to find this. The Utah Liquor Commission.
Oh, yeah.
They seem to have gone off the rails here.
They were dicks yesterday.
Beer will not be allowed at a karaoke business in Salt Lake or an axe-throwing venue in Ogden because neither one fits the definition of recreational amenity under a new law that takes effect in mid-May. The Liquor Commission denied the beer license request from Salt Lake City's Heart and Soul Karaoke, and that's spelled soul like Seoul, South Korea.
Yes.
And Ogden's Social Axe Throwing on Tuesday, saying that while both businesses might qualify as recreational amenities under the state's current statute, they won't later this month when the law changes.
They're changing it.
Well, it's already been.
Yeah.
You know, again,
So-
and maybe we shouldn't blame the Liquor Commission for this entirely.
You
This
can't.
is law
This is
that
legislature.
the legislature has passed, and the Liquor Commission is saying, well, we have to enforce it this way now. House Bill 453, a liquor law cleanup bill, was passed by the Utah legislature. It takes effect later this month. It lists specific businesses that can have recreational beer licenses. The list was buried in the massive measure, more than 3,500 lines long, and for the most part went unnoticed, even among staffers at the Utah Department of Alcohol Beverage Control until recently. Current law allows bowling alleys, golf courses, tennis clubs, and any business the DABC deems substantially similar to have a recreational beer license.
Okay.
Having a license allows businessmen to sell beer that is 3.2% alcohol by weight, 4% by volume. Wine or spirits are forbidden. So when the new law takes effect on May 14th, it takes control away from the DABC. And instead lists 14 specific recreational amenities in which beer can be served. Bowling alleys, golf courses, pool halls, ski resorts, and government-owned concert venues, for instance, made the list. But karaoke and axe throwing did not make the list. And they're saying you have to go by the list, you cannot interpret.
Which is just BS.
But there are different kinds of new businesses coming on all the time.
Exactly.
That the legislature is not aware of.
The new law took Brody Horton and Matt Smith, the owners of Heart and Soul Karaoke, by complete surprise. Last month, they came to the DABC Commission requesting the beer-only license. They believed their business on First South, 670 West First South, fit the recreation theme because customers pay a per-person admission fee and then rent a room with a music player and a microphone.
It's. I don't see it as any different as bowling.
The Liquor Commission was unsure and postponed the request until April to determine if the business qualified. The DABC even sought advice from the Utah Attorney General. The legislature spoke last session and said, this is the way they want to go, said Commissioner Thomas Jacobson. They've tied our hands. We have to do this.
Yeah,
that needs to be fixed the next session.
Exactly.
When you say it has to be one of these 5 things,
14 are on the list.
Whatever but businesses are axe throwing is a new thing.
But that's not gonna help. Yeah, sure, it needs to be fixed next time, but it's not gonna help the owners of Heart and Soul.
No.
Because I hate to say it, I don't know how many people are going to go if they can't have a beer.
I'm telling you, people will not do karaoke unless they can get drunk.
I need to be drunk, but then it's great.
Mm-hmm. Last year, the Liquor Commission gave recreational licenses to social axe throwing venues in Salt Lake and Orem, despite concerns about safety and underage drinking. Since then, several other axe throwing venues along the Wasatch. Boy, it's really catching on.
Here's the thing. And somebody text this in. This is a good idea. Install a putting green in these businesses.
Yeah, what counts as a golf
course?
Call
it a Heart and Soul putting green in karaoke.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Oh, no. No.
Or one bowling lane.
Yeah.
No, you're not going to fool us with that. No.
Putting green and axe throwing.
Let's see. Let's move on to another story here. How about, I want to get to this because I missed it last time. William Barr, the Attorney General. He's
say soon to be former. Say that.
Well, we would hope, because he is kind of he's terrible. He's besides being a tub of goo. Anyway, he's going to be testifying for a congressional committee today. Apparently, my guess is he won't say much. But it's come to light that Robert Mueller, you remember him, the special counsel who did a 2-year investigation of Russian interference in our last election and probable, I don't want to say collusion anymore, probable cooperation with the Trump election committee.
And certainly obstruction of justice.
Yeah. Anyway, Robert Mueller wrote a letter in late March to Attorney General William Barr objecting to Barr's description of the Russia investigation's conclusion that appeared to clear President Trump on possible obstruction of justice. You remember that 4-page letter that he sent to Congress?
He misrepresented what was said.
That's what Mueller said. You didn't give the correct. Read the report. That's not what I said. According to the Justice Department and 3 people with direct knowledge of communication between Mueller and Barr. And incidentally, Barr was asked by a congressional committee, has Mueller spoken to you about the report? What does he think about your characterization? I don't know, he said. He lied.
He lied
under oath to Congress.
Yeah.
Because Mueller's people.
To be fair, they didn't ask, what does he think about it?
What did
he
ask?
contact you? He did. They asked, does he agree with your conclusions? And he
I
said, I don't know.
He did know.
Yeah, he was told
knew
by
exactly how he felt.
He was
about
told
it.
by a letter and a phone call.
We're saying the same thing.
Yeah.
He lied. I don't know. Oh, yes, you do. Mm-hmm. Mueller told you he didn't agree with the way you characterized it, and he didn't think it was correct.
All right, weather, traffic.
Get a furnace and AC tune-up for just $49. That's a hail of a deal. Get comfortable. Stay comfortable with Scott Hale Plumbing, Heating, and Air, 801-264-HALE. It is colder than you think it would be this morning, and the roads are wet and icy in places. We're only going to get up to a high of 53 today. We should be done with the rain and everything, but I am hearing from many friends of the program, including our attorney, who says Parley's is bad. All of the semis are waiting at the bottom of the hill until it warms up. They're the smart ones. It's a body shop dream come true. There are at least 15 cars and trucks wrecked on the way up and down Parley's. That's from Ed Brass. And it's bad everywhere. Crash northbound Wall Avenue, 21st Street. All lanes are blocked. Traffic is being diverted there. Let's see what other friends of the program are saying about traffic. Southbound I-15 Ogden Roy, literal parking lot. Major slow traffic southbound I-15 31st Street exit in Ogden. Free venison, 2 carcasses on Wasatch between Big and Little Cottonwood, so there's dinner. The roads are icy, particularly the canyons and overpasses and off-ramps. Pretend it's December. I know it's not snow necessarily, but there is...
Try to remember that it's December.
There is ice out there. The Blocks is downtown Salt Lake. There are more than 80 events every month. For a full listing of performing and visual arts events, visit theblockslc.com.
All right.
Here's boner candidate number 3. Sir, were you texting with those delicious taters? A Connecticut man had a distracted driving ticket dismissed on Friday after his lawyer successfully argued that he wasn't on his phone behind the wheel of the car. He was not talking on a cell phone. He was eating a McDonald's hash brown.
It's the same shape and size as a phone.
Jason Steiber was pulled over by Westport police and issued a $300 ticket, which he unsuccessfully attempted to fight on his own. He then hired an attorney, John Thigerson, who appealed the case this past February and provided records that show Mr. Steiber wasn't using his phone at the time of the incident. So he dug up the records, and there was the time that he had been pulled over, and he had not been on his phone. Thigerson also discovered that the ticketing officer was on the 15th hour of a double shift and could have been tired, thus leading to human error.
Oh.
On Friday, Judge Maureen Dennis ruled that the state failed to meet its burden of proof and dismissed the citation. I think this is a classic example of cops making mistakes. They do. They're human beings like everyone else. He wasn't on his phone. He was on his hash brown. Boner candidate number 3. Sir, were you texting with that delicious tater?
All right, let's review the first 2 and vote.
Boner candidate number 1. Ooh, a vampire facial. Anybody who would go to a spa that offers a vampire facial, I'm tempted to say they deserve what they get. The VIP spa in New Mexico, the conditions were not ideal, and it apparently there are a couple of people got HIV from injections with these facials. Boner candidate number 2. I could buy all the coffee I want if I could only get the government to bail me out of debt. Chase Manhattan Bank telling customers to stop splurging on coffee and start eating leftovers instead of going out to dinner. We don't need to be lectured by you, Chase Manhattan. And boner candidate number 3. Sir, were you texting with those delicious taters?
All right, here we go. You've got to decide, of these 3 candidates, which one is the worst. Which one should go forward to boner fight and possibly become boner of the day? If it wins here, it'll go up against the winner of round 2's voting. We're going to do this again at 8:20 with 3 more candidates. We'll take the winner of each round, both of them, throw them into boner fight at 9:20. That's when you actually decide boner of the day. Right now, you're picking the champion of round 1. 1, 2, or 3. Remember your candidate number, the one you think should win. Put that number, that single digit, in the message of a text. That's the way the computer counts it. Text it to 33986. All right? Or you can call 877-602-9696. Use your voice to vote. Katie will take your vote. Or you can go to x96.com, look for the box that says Boner Voting May 1, 2019, and vote there. You've got less than 300 seconds. It's round 1. Let's go.
Jackson is doing when he's not on the air.
Captain's log, stardate 2233.1. I am all alone on the bridge of the Enterprise. Some sort of mysterious cosmic ray has vaporized my entire crew. I may be the only one left alive. Wait, who's there?
It's me, Captain.
Yeoman Rand. Yeoman Rand, thank God you're alive.
Yes, Captain, and I feel so safe knowing you're still here. You know I've always been attracted to you. Let's make love right here on the bridge.
Oh, come on, Sharon. You're not saying it like you mean it.
Carrie, I hate this game. Can't we just have sex like normal people?
Oh, come on, Sharon. You know that this is the only way I can get it up.
I hate this costume. This wig looks like a woven basket on my head, and the 2 folding chairs and a card table does not make the bridge of the Enterprise. Turn off the sound effects. I'm leaving.
Okay. If you don't like this game, how about we play the Battlestar Galactica game? I'll be Boxy, and you can be my little robot buddy, Muffet.
Oh, God.
Help, Muffy, help! I'm trapped and the Cylons are coming!
Here's what Bill Allred's doing when he's not on the air.
Henrietta Pussycat, you may approach your king!
Meow, 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 King Friday. How I've longed for this moment. Meow, meow. Are you sure Queen Sarah is away?
Quite. The trollop is off somewhere in the land of make-believe with Bob Dog. My spies tell me that the 2 of them are mating like a pair of crazed weasels in rut.
Then now is our chance, my liege. Meow. Take me here. Meow. Now, right in the throne room.
Come on, Sharon, you're not getting into this at all.
Well, Bill, you look pretty stupid in that bathrobe, fake beard, and Burger King crown, and wearing those white socks on your hands to make them look like puppets is just not working. Can't we just do it in the normal way?
Oh, come on, Sharon, you know I can't get it up the normal way. Okay. If you can't do this, how's about the Sesame Street game? Now, I'm going to be Bert, and you can be Ernie.
Ernie, bend over and pick up that bar of soap I dropped this morning, would ya?
Bill, and Gina on X96.
All right, before we award the boner, Big O Tires.
Yes, Big O Tires is the team you trust,
I think it's
really.
BigOTires.com, right?
It is indeed.
Boy,
And
they really helped me out with a flat just recently. I thought I was going to have to replace the tire.
They're
but-
great.
Yeah.
A lot of times they can replace or repair the tire with these cores, these plugs that they put in the hole, and it's amazing.
Well, I said, you're probably going to have to replace the tire, and he goes, no, it's just a screw. We pulled it out and patched it up. Everything's fine.
Right now at Big O Tires, you can get $150 in savings on select sets of Big O brand tires, and I love that brand of tire. I use that on all my cars. So you get $100 instant savings on a set of 4 Big O brand with paid installation purchase. Plus, if you use a Big O credit card, you'll get a $50 rebate in the mail. So that's $150 savings from Big O Tires. They always do a great job. They offer the lowest price on every tire every day and all the major tire brands. So if you want to find a location near you, and you should be able to because there are 40 of them around, go to their website. It's bigotires.com.
All right. Let's award round 1 of your boners.
And round 1 is brought to you in part by Carnitas.
And it's Wednesday. Get to Gracie's play Geeks Who Drink pub trivia at 6:30, followed by Breaking Bingo at 8:30, and live music with Dave Bowen Orchestra, adults only.
So boner candidate number 1 was, a vampire facial. Please. A couple of people, though, got HIV infection at a spa in New Mexico. They're pretty sure that's where it came from, getting this thing they call the vampire facial. Boner candidate number 2, I could buy all the coffee I want if only the federal government would bail me out of debt. This is people being upset, and understandably, I think, for Chase Manhattan Bank, trying to give them clever little lectures on why their bank accounts run low. And then boner candidate number 3, sir, were you texting with those delicious taters? A man who was given a ticket by a police officer because the cop said you were texting or talking on your phone while driving. That's against the law. The man was able to prove that, no, he was actually eating some McDonald's hash browns when he got the ticket. And the winner, boner candidate number 2, I could buy all the coffee I want if the federal government would bail me out of debt.
All right, that's the winner of round 1. Pretty good contender, I think, for boner of the day. It'll have to defeat the winner of round 2's voting. We'll do that again with 3 more candidates at 8:20. Get a winner there. Send them both to Boner Fight. 9:20 is when you will decide boner of the day.
Wouldn't it be nice if when you go to the doctor that they kind of do the same thing as the vet?
Like what?
Well, because my cat...
You get a treat?
No, I get the treats at the vet. I get treats. My cat doesn't.
Oh.
My vet has a big bowl of chocolate goodies sitting on the counter, which I always avail my, like Reese's and all of that. But so you go to the vet. So Klaus, our cat Klaus, Klaus,
Klaus,
has been ill. He's been.
Did you give him your cold too?
Well,
way to go.
He's been vomiting all over the house.
Oh.
And we can't figure out, why. He doesn't go outside. So he's not picked up any, poison or a plant or anything out there. There are no plants in the house that he could get to. Just can't figure it out, So finally we said, well, we take him to the vet. We go to the clinic and they examine him and do all of that, and then they say, and they ask you all the questions, the same questions I just answered. No, nothing couldn't have been. No. We were just, he doesn't go outside. No, we cannot figure out why this would be. And the vet basically has to say, well, I don't know either then. Here's what we do. We can either just, she said, now he's not losing any weight. So that's a good sign.
Yeah.
But so there's nothing we can figure out. We can do a blood test or see if there's some underlying condition that I can't find here just by examining him, some kitty disease. Or it could be that he's just allergic to, sometimes cats get allergic to their food, the food that they eat.
It's the same food he's been having for...
Yeah, all of a sudden, apparently, they become allergic to it.
Yeah, that can happen.
And those cats get the cat food that comes from the vet that costs $50 a bag. It's the...
Science diet or something.
So it's called the IB digestive stuff. Anyway, it's expensive cat food. And And so he could be allergic to his food. Maybe there's something in the house that he's chewing on that you're not aware of, that he's getting poisoned by or something like that. So we could just kind of try various things. Or we have the option of, how about a blood test? Now, I'll tell you, the blood test is going to cost $250. And but you don't have to do it. So why don't they do the same thing in your doctor's office? I think they should just offer you the option.
Yeah, they never tell you how much anything's going to cost.
No.
When you're in the doctor's office.
No. I mean, shouldn't the doctor offer to say, we can just find out if you're allergic to your food, maybe, try a few things, or we can do this expense. But you don't have to do it. You don't have, but when you're faced with that decision for your pet, what do? And they present it like, some $270, it's a lot for a cat. That's the way they present it to you. We know that's a lot, and some people don't want to do that for their cat.
Well, and it's, if you could save $250 and still fix the problem, why not do it that way?
But you don't do that.
Just changing the food and seeing if that helps?
If you have a pet that you love, you say, well, I want to find out if there's an underlying serious condition.
Do you love Klaus?
Of course. Of course, he's a skittish little scaredy cat who hides. I have held him in my lap and pet him 100 times, 1,000 times, and I still, when I approach him, he goes ah! and runs away. He's an idiot. Or he'll be there rubbing his head against the side of the door, like and purring, and you reach down to pet him and he goes ah! and runs away. He obviously wants affection, and yet he's just too full of fear. And so you have to go, come on, kitty. Come on, it's okay, come on.
How old is Klaus?
Oh, I don't know, 4.
So, not old?
No. Yeah, he's not old. I think you have to, so I just said, well, you better do the test. And you can tell the doctor goes, that is a good decision.
Yeah.
That's a good decision.
Well, do you know why they tell you the price? Because people come back and go, well, I wouldn't have done that if you told me it was going to be $250.
I know they do. That's my point. How can people do that? How can they do that to their cats? You wouldn't do that to your kid.
Well,
you wouldn't do that with
yourself. To be fair, $250 is a lot of money.
Yes, it is.
And if you're trying to, do I pay rent this month or do I get the $250 blood test for my cat?
Well, then I think we ought to do the same thing with our children or ourselves. Do I pay rent or do I get the blood test for my child?
You're joking, but people have to make that decision.
I'm not joking. I'm not joking at all.
Medicare for all, including pets. How about that?
Sure.
How about that?
Is it fair to neglect your pet because you can't afford it? If you can't afford it, you shouldn't have them.
That's why the Humane Society's full of pets.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you shouldn't.
People don't think it through before people don't think through having kids either.
They don't.
No.
But people get pets because they think, oh, this puppy's cute. And that's as much thought as they give it, not whether they have time to walk
or
it.
the money to take
or
care of it.
vaccinate it.
Yeah.
Or
No, and I'm serious. No, I'm not kidding around here. I'm serious. If you have the cat, then you should take care of it and you should get the blood test. I didn't see it as a choice at all. I just had to do it.
Whenever the vet says we should do this to any of my dogs, I go, yes, we should.
whatever it is.
Let's do it, whatever it is. So
But you don't have kids.
I don't have kids.
To be fair, Carrie, you don't have kids.
No, I'm just saying.
He'd do the same with his kids.
No, I know.
Well, maybe not.
I don't know. Are they earners?
Are they a burden?
Put them in the workforce.
Traffic's a burden today. Holy cow. Hearing from tons of friends of the program. I-80 eastbound from Tooele, a parking lot. The off-ramp to go northbound I-15. Emergency vehicles are on the scene. I-15 northbound crash after 33rd South. 3 right lanes are blocked. That is causing major issues there. Crash northbound I-15 near the I-80 East interchange. That's that one. Center lane is blocked. It's bad. Crash northbound Wall Avenue, 12th Street. All lanes are blocked. This is up in Ogden. Traffic being diverted in that area. And the canyons, Parley's Canyon in particular, very icy. Cars sliding off the road. Ed Brass saying that semis are just hanging out at the mouth of the canyon waiting for things to warm up a little bit. So treat it like you're driving in the winter time, because there is ice on the bridges, overpasses, off-ramps. Give yourself some extra time. That's traffic.
All right. Thank you very much. Coming up, round 2 of your boners. Stand by for that. Oh, yes, berries.com.
Where are they?
Is the website.
Oh, it must be Mother's Day coming up.
Mother's Day is coming up. I order them throughout the year. I don't wait for a special occasion to order Sherry's Berries. As a matter of fact, I had some, and some people were over the other night. We were all a little buzzed, and it was like, break open the berries. They just, you do. And they were huge. Just amazing. Sherry's Berries has a special Mother's Day berries designed just for mom, topped with chocolate chips, pink shimmer sugar, and swizzles. These are delicious, and they will drip down your chin, so and lean over or have a napkin ready. They're delicious. Don't wait until the last minute for this one. Visit berries.com today and order freshly dipped strawberries starting at $19.99 for the moms in your life. Make mom really happy. You can double the berries for just $10 more. I certainly would suggest that. Mother's Day is Sunday, May 12th, so go to berries.com. That's BERRIES.com. Click on the microphone in the upper right-hand corner and enter the code X96. Do that to make sure you get this deal and that we get the credit. That's berries.com. Click on the microphone, and the code is X96. Join us.
The lowly confines of planet Earth and have sought their destiny among the stars. While many things have changed, one constant remains: the need for young men to venture forth and do the work of the Lord. This is the tale of 2 such men who at the age of 19 have answered the call of their general authorities and are embarking on a 2-year mission to spread the gospel throughout the galaxy. This is the story of Space Elders! In this episode, we find an old adversary of Butch and Lehigh planning their demise.
So, bounty hunter, you will bring me Christiansen?
Jabba the Hutt was very fond of his rank. He would pay me more for a complete set of missionaries.
Christiansen made me look weak in front of the Emperor. Only by turning Christiansen to the dark side will I be able to regain my place by the Emperor's side.
One Elder Jensen.
Sell him to that slug, Jabba. I have arranged to have the elders meet you on Bespin. There you can ambush them without anyone noticing.
If these elders bested you and the Emperor, how do you expect me to transport them back to you?
I prefer my elders frozen. There is a carbonite facility on Cloud City. That should make transporting them simple.
Have my credits ready. I'll be right back.
Here we are, Butch. Cloud City. It sure looks like the holograms they showed us in school.
I don't know, Lehigh. I always get nervous when I stand on a city that's floating miles above the surface. Are you sure this is the right place?
Zone Leader Hanson said that we're supposed to meet someone here named Lando Calrissian, right here on Bespin.
Well, church records on this Calrissian fellow show him to be a gambler, smuggler, womanizer, and a penny stock manipulator. Are you sure this is the guy?
Well, maybe he's ready to turn over a new leaf. Oh, I think that's him right there.
Hi, and welcome to Cloud City. I'm Lando Calrissian. I run the mining operation here on Bespin. Could I offer you a beverage? Perhaps some malt?
I love a malt.
Liquor?
Oh, no, we don't drink, Mr. Calrissian. I'm Elder Christiansen, and this is Elder Jensen.
Aye.
We represent the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
You know, the Mormons.
Now, our zone leader said that you might be interested in learning more about our religion.
Actually, no. We have some common acquaintances. I've made a deal with the Empire. Well, they'll leave me alone if I introduce you to this guy over here. Elders, this is Boba Fett. Boba Fett, Elders Christiansen and Jensen there. Gotta go now. Got a city to run. Bye-bye.
Well, Mr. Fett was up. Well, hi, I'm... Hey, I'm all tied up.
Cool toy. I need to get me one of those. We could convert more people if we could just tie them up first.
Now, Butch, I don't think we would be allowed to hog tie prospective converts. Excuse me, Mr. Fat, could you untie me now?
One down, one to go.
Don't push my companion in that hole!
Whoa!
What have you done to my companion? Is Butch dead?
No, he wouldn't be worth much to me dead. Jabba wants to see him die in person. Your companion is frozen in carbonite. Now, if you would be so kind as to throw yourself down in there, we can get on with this.
You're going to take us both back to Jabba's palace?
No, you have an appointment with Darth Vader and the Emperor.
Cousin Darth? Oh my!
Hey, get over here!
Sorry about this, Butch, but I need you to do something for me. Don't push me.
Ah!
Oh, I guess you weighed more than I thought in this thing, Butch. I'm sorry, Mr. Fat. I hope my companion, who's now frozen in carbonite, wasn't too heavy. Oh, geez, what do I gotta do now? I better go for some help.
Never leave your companion, Lehigh.
Mr. Kenobi?
It is the first rule. You must never leave your companion.
Obi-Wan! Come back, I need some help. Oh, well, I guess I can put you on my luggage rack like this, Butch. Come on, let's go. Will Butch be able to serve out the rest of his mission frozen in carbonite? Can Lehigh really find a big microwave to defrost him in? Will Darth Vader ever get his revenge and once again become the Emperor's favorite lapdog? And where does Boba Fett get all those neat gizmos? Tune in next time to hear Butch say... on the next mind-numbing episode of Space Elders!
Utah's most trusted newsman on X96 Radio from Hell.
All right, 8:05.
X96 wants to send you to the highly anticipated 2019 Bonanza, June 21st through the 23rd at River's Edge in Heber City. 3 days of camping, art and music, Empire of the Sun, Sursly, Youngblood, and many more. You can also qualify for a VIP campsite and try to win tickets to Bonanza by texting this keyword to 33986. The keyword is BREW. BREW, brew.
Brew.
Text that to 33986.
Yeah.
So,
Huh?
I have kids.
I've heard about that.
They're involved in activities.
Yes, they are.
Tyranny, I like to call it, not activities.
Muhammad does comp soccer. So there's rec soccer and then there's competitive soccer. Rec soccer is fun, for kids, and it costs you a little bit of
You
money.
can either kick the ball or chase a butterfly.
Yeah, it's you still got to buy shoes and shin guards and a little, there's a little bit
Stuff.
of stuff involved.
I'm really glad my kids don't want to do anything.
And dance. You can just take dance classes.
Sure.
Or you can do competitive dance. And Jonesy's been doing competitive dance.
So what you're trying to tell us, you're raising two little competitive monsters.
But when you get into that competition side of things, it is thousands of dollars.
And it's having to deal with other parents who are jerks.
Well, that's
a separate matter.
That's a separate matter.
That's free with purchase.
Yeah.
And I think Katie's in here because she's a soccer coach.
I'm joining this because I was that kid. I
You were
was
that kid
a
who-
dancer. I was a competition soccer player. I was that kid that charged my parents lots of money.
Did you want to do all of that stuff?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, it was all my plan.
And it's there's a couple issues associated with this. There are parents that think this is an investment in my kids that is going to result in them getting into
Signing a
better
big contract.
college. Not even signing a big contract, but getting into college.
First an entree into college through athletics.
Scholarships.
And I've talked to my sister Mikkel about
I did
this
that
a
with
lot.
theater, you know.
Because my sister Mikkel, her kids are all up and out, so she's empty nester, and they did the comp everything, and she said, if I were to give parents any advice, it would be take all that money you're spending on comp this and comp that, and put it in a damn savings account.
Oh yeah.
But serious, and I'm guilty of it because my kids do compete. But she said if your goal is doing these things because you think it's going to benefit you monetarily down the road somehow by saving you money with a college scholarship or something, you can save more if you take those thousands of dollars and put it in a savings account waiting for your kids.
Don't you think you should take your sister's advice?
Well, no, because she said if that's the reason, if the reason you're doing it is I want my kid to get a scholarship to college, so I'm going to pour thousands of dollars into this, that maybe they'll get a college scholarship. Probably not.
Why, Katie, did your parents pay all of that for you?
I grew up watching my brother play soccer, and so I wanted to join in and play soccer, and then I found out dance was a thing, and competition dance was a thing, and I was a super competitive
So did
kid.
they just do it because they loved you, or did they think it was going to pay off somehow?
No, I'm pretty sure they did it just because it got us out of the house, it got us exercising, and we weren't sitting in front of the TV being boring. So, and it also gave them time to do stuff when we weren't around, I assume.
But I'm saying there's two reasons to do. So there's that, like you think it's going to pay off monetarily somewhere down the road, or you're doing it for what Katie's saying is exercise and getting out of the house and having those experiences.
It also helps with making friends.
Yeah, you make
Like getting
friends
the
that are,
team.
but for kids that can't afford that. And this is one of the problems with American soccer. To play at a competitive level is hugely expensive.
Yeah.
There's all this kind of travel, like big
Soccer
trip
tournaments and things like that.
that aren't all here close by. You got to fly places and stay in a hotel.
You know how much a dirt clod fight costs? Nothing. All you got to do is find dirt clods.
Except for the competitive dirt clod fighting. That's very expensive.
No, dirt clods are cheap.
And I say all this being someone who puts out that money, and it's.
Do you know how much it costs to play smear in the backyard with a football? Almost nothing.
And I would not take my kids out of the things they're doing because they love them and they work hard at it, but if you're doing it thinking I'm investing in my kid's future, you're dreaming.
Those are also the parents that are like super hard on their kids too. They're like, you have to get to the ball. You have to do this. You have to do that. You're not running.
Was that alone that got me out of sports?
Exactly. And that causes a lot of problems. I had a coach like that made me quit soccer for a while.
I'm really lucky I had parents who didn't care. They didn't care about me in the slightest.
There's a recent University of Michigan poll that says 55% of parents said that sponsored sports teams and extracurricular activities help boost their college application. But that's just the regular rec stuff. That's not the competition stuff.
Yeah.
What do you want to do today, Billy? I think I'm going to go lay out under the tree and read a book. Great. That was my activity for the summer.
You know, if kids actually did that nowadays, it would be good. But the fact that there's Fortnite now that all the kids want to play, and there's all of these games that the kids just want to sit inside, and including my nephew. And
what a good game of Red Rover. That doesn't cost anything.
I wish kids still played that.
Red Rover,
I don't think
Red
they
Rover,
do.
send Katie right over.
Man, I miss that.
Yeah.
I got my Red Rover scholarship from the U.
Yeah, that's a fun game.
Yeah.
And I love having my kids involved in these things. That wasn't the point of me bringing it up. It's just it's parents that think it's an investment in the future, and it's not.
They're dreaming, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Well, and especially if you're like that, parents, you're gonna end up pushing that kid to do the opposite of what you're wanting.
Yeah.
At that point.
So, I mean, not to out them, but if you don't want to say, don't. But what did your sister's kids? Did that end up benefiting them? To go through all of that stuff?
I mean, yeah, her daughter played soccer in college, and her son got a scholarship, a cross-country scholarship.
So you see, it can work, folks.
No, but it's but those scholarships you get are tiny.
I tried for a golf scholarship.
Yeah.
It didn't work out.
They don't pay for. They don't. If you look at all the money you spend on this over, say Mohammed started comp soccer at 8, and he does it till he's 16 or 17. And it's thousands of dollars a year. That money would be better if your goal is to have it go toward college. That money would be better if I put it in a savings.
We're out of time, but why hasn't somebody opened up a cheaper alternative to this
independent
soccer
teams?
Yeah. Why haven't they done that?
It's hard
because I hear parents all the time complaining about
because
this
because
you have to pay a coach.
Because there is a big organization that's got a stranglehold on it.
You have to pay a coach.
It's a racket.
And
listen, I acted out scenes from TV shows for nothing, and I got a college scholarship in the theater department.
But I love it, and I love watching my kids play comp soccer.
It's worth it.
It just don't make it your college plan. That's all. And maybe you shouldn't be driving this morning. There's tons of accidents due to ice that people aren't expecting. It should be warming up pretty soon, and hopefully some of that going away. But emergency vehicles on the scene of a crash northbound I-15 right after 33rd South. 3 right lanes being affected there. Crash northbound Wall Avenue, 21st Street. And lots of issues in the canyons, overpasses, on and off ramps are slick when you're not expecting. So give yourself some extra time and slow down because there's ice out there. Want improved vision without glasses and contacts? Choose LASIK. Choose Hoops Vision, Utah's LASIK leader, 877-30-LASIK or hoopsvision.com.
All right.
Boners round 2 coming up. Here are the candidates. Boner candidate number 1. Please don't use 911 to ask for relationship advice. Number 2, we're looking to hire someone from Caucasia. You know what I mean?
Oh, I'm glad you found that one.
And boner candidate number 3, Chevy, Ford. Chevy, Ford. I said Chevy! I said Ford!
All right, round 2 of your boners coming up after these. Stand by for that. Brooklinen.com is the website. And they've got a deal going on right now. They're celebrating their 5th birthday for Brooklinen. And so they've got some incredible deals for you on their website. I'll tell you about them in a moment. You spend a third of your life in the sheets, or at our house, half of our lives in our Brooklinen sheets. They feel great. The feeling of 5-star hotel sheets shouldn't be so difficult and expensive to get, and that's what Brooklinen figured out how to do better than anyone else. So here's the deal I wanted to tell you about. My Brooklinen sheets are the most comfortable sheets I've slept on. Couldn't recommend them more if you're looking to treat yourself or a loved one to a bedding upgrade. For a limited time, Brooklinen.com celebrating their 5th birthday. Get 20% off site-wide when you shop at Brooklinen.com, but only until May 7th. Shop their biggest event to date. Brooklinen so confident in their product that all of their sheets, comforters, and towels come with a lifetime warranty. The only way to get 20% off site-wide is to go to Brooklinen.com only until Tuesday, May 7th. That's Brooklinen, Brooklinen.com. Brooklinen, these are the best sheets ever.
Here's what Bill Allred is thinking when he's not on the air.
Gotta think up some new features for Radio from Hell. Spice the show up. Maybe we could do a top 10 list. Now, every morning show has ripped that idea off from Letterman. What about bringing back that character I used to do? PBA bowling champ Wayne Zahn. God, no. That was stupid then, and it'd be stupid now. What about a character who can read minds or predict the future? No. That's too much like Karnak. Double time checks might make things sound snappier. It's 7:27, 27 minutes after 7. Geez, that's stupid. God, I just know I'm going to be thinking about this all day.
Here's what Kerry Jackson is thinking when he's not on the air.
Oh, we gotta start working on this new Space Elders bit for this fall. And maybe we should call it Elders in Space. No, that's too much like pigs in space. Space Elders, that's it. Man, it's gonna take a lot of production, music, and sound effects. Good acting jobs by Bill and Chunga, which is next to impossible. Maybe I'll ask the janitor to do a role, even he'd be better than those guys. Man, this Space Elders is gonna take a lot of work, but it's really gonna spice up the show when we get it going. Man, I'm gonna be thinking about this all day.
Here's what Jimmy Chunga is thinking when he's not on the air.
Pudding, chocolate pudding, vanilla pudding, butterscotch pudding, rice pudding, tapioca. Oh man, I love pudding. Jello pudding pops, chocolate and vanilla pudding swirled together. Oh, pudding. P-U-D-I-D. Oh, pudding. I'd kill everyone in this room for one spoonful of sweet, sweet pudding.
Be a part of the Radio from Hell show on X96. Call 877-602-9696 or text us at 33986. Message and data rates apply.
Remember that info. You're going to need it to vote for these round 2 boner candidates. Presenting to you now 3 news stories. These are examples of bad, stupid, funny human behavior. Boner means mistake, of course. We'll give you 2 candidates now, a third after the news. And once you've heard all 3, then you'll vote. So you got to decide which one of these 3 candidates deserves to go forward to possibly become Boner of the Day. We'll throw them both into Boner Fight at 9:20, and that's when Boner of the Day is actually decided. Right now, you're just picking the champion of round 2. We'll throw it up against the winner of round 1's voting. We did that an hour ago. I think you understand how this works.
Don't mistake, Harry. This is an important job.
It is.
You're voting for round 2. That's important.
Mm-hmm. All right, so we'll get 2 candidates now, a third after the news. And once you've heard all 3, you'll vote. One of you lucky random Boner voters will receive
a gift certificate to Campos Coffee, and be listening to Radio from Hell. We're going to be telling you about an event coming up at Campos later this month.
They have good food. All right, here's Boner candidate number 1. Please don't use 911 to ask for relationship advice. A New York woman is facing charges after she reportedly called 911 and asked, "How do I kill my boyfriend?" Zelda Cotton, 54, charged with endangering the welfare of an elderly person and criminal possession of a weapon. Police say they responded to the home where Ms. Cotton was swinging a leaf blower battery at her 76-year-old boyfriend. She reportedly said she had hit him with a VCR tape 5 times, and he didn't die.
Well, no.
So she called 911. How do I kill my boyfriend? The VCR tape isn't working. The report is that Ms. Cotton was drunk at the time of the attack. Her boyfriend was not injured. Boner candidate number 1. Please don't use 911 to ask for relationship advice. Here's Boner candidate number 2. Yeah, we're looking to hire someone. Someone from Caucasia, if you know what I mean.
If you go to x96.com/live, you can see.
That's real?
Yeah,
a
that's
Northern
real.
Virginia tech staffing company has apologized.
Holy cow.
After an online job posting sought preferably Caucasian applicants.
Wow.
Cynet Systems in Sterling, Virginia removed the post and issued an apology. The company said the individuals involved had been fired, and the job post, does not reflect our core values of inclusivity and equality. The help wanted ad posted on LinkedIn and other sites sought an account manager for a job based in Tampa, Florida, with an unspecified pharma company. A bullet point under job description described a candidate who is preferably Caucasian, who has good technical background. The posting caused a stir on social media.
Because all these brown people are always applying for these tech jobs.
You know, I think they're stopping using the word Caucasian so much anymore. It means there are some mountains in Russia called the Caucasus.
It's Eastern European.
Yeah, that's what they've been using is European
or white.
It's all code.
Yeah, let's not.
That's horrible.
Anyway, Boner candidate number 2. We're looking to hire someone from Caucasia, if you know what I mean. Coming up in a moment, Boner candidate number 3. Chevy, Ford. I said Chevy. Well, I said Ford. I think you probably figure what that one is already.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I've witnessed them. Boner candidate number 3 for round 2, coming up after this big boy news and opinioendo, brought to you by...
You're not going to be here tomorrow, are you?
I will. Like I said, I feel fine.
Okay.
He doesn't miss.
Start small, save big. Open a 60-month certificate of deposit at Cyprus Credit Union. Receive 3.65% APY. With rates this great, there's never been a better time to start saving. Stop by or visit cypruscu.com.
You will only miss if you wake up like I did a few months ago and had absolutely no way of talking.
Yeah,
that's
exactly.
the only way.
And I don't see that happening because this is going away.
Okay.
KFC continues to innovate in the fast food adjacent space, whatever that means. Who wrote this? Oh, okay. With its newest release for Mother's Day, the Chickendales.
What is a Chickendale?
Yes, it's a combination of chicken and Chippendales, and it's a bunch of Chippendale style dancers, good guys with good looking bodies, but they're all wearing Colonel Sanders makeup.
Oh, see?
No.
Chickendales.com.
No.
I think it's funny.
No.
Fill your mom's name in, what state she's from, and let KFC and its band of Colonel dancers do the rest. At the top of the video, the leader of the group motions your mom by name. Just thinking about how, I guess they're doing this on video. Just thinking about how long it must have taken them to record almost every name in the English language. And then he and his crew do a sexy fried chicken themed striptease for her.
Fried chicken themed striptease.
Even if you aren't going to share it with your mother, it's worth putting in her information just to see the oh so sexy, extra crispy results. I haven't done it.
Okay, where do I go?
I'm trying to
again?
see where it says.
Are you going to do it?
I just want to go see what it is.
See what it's like.
You're going to put Mary Claire in there?
No.
Oh, send her the Chickendales. I'll do it. It's just chickendales.com. Chickendales.com. And you fill in your mom's name, and they will say your mom's name and then do a dance, which I think is hilarious.
Hey, Mary Claire.
No.
Yeah. And then you can email it.
I'd rather just have
to
some
your
chicken.
mom. I'm going to do it.
Yeah, that does sound good.
I'm going to do it and say it's from you. Listen, I'll do this story. 2 Utah cities have been named among the top 15 cities in the world for gardening naked.
Who decides these things?
Well, I'm going to tell you.
The Naked Gardeners.
The 15th annual
union. They have a union.
Yeah, the 15th annual World Naked Gardening Day is Saturday, May 4, so this weekend. And a lawn care business has named 2 Utah cities among the top 15 best cities for naked gardening. Ogden ranks second on the list.
Really?
Just behind, I don't know if you want to see Ogdenites naked or not.
That's not the good naked.
Well, no, that's not true. You know, Ogden girls are pretty.
That's true.
Yeah, Ogden girls are very nice-looking girls.
I've been there, yeah.
But Salt Lake City ranked 8. The company based its findings on weather conditions in the top 100 metropolitan statistical areas of the U.S. The weather factors analyzed include a warm but not too hot temperature, around 75 degrees Fahrenheit on May 4th. That's what we're looking for. 100% sun and a gentle breeze of 5 miles per hour. Just enough to reduce any warming you might get.
I'm just thinking of how dangerous it is to garden naked.
No, it's not that bad. Relative humidity level should be about 45%, it says.
See, Gina thinks that gardening all the time includes like tilling. And things like that.
There'd be a lot of heavy.
Most of the time you're down on your knees pulling weeds.
Again, you're not speaking from anything you know. You don't do any gardening.
I pull weeds.
Oh, come on. We took predicted measurements for each of the top 100 metropolitan statistical areas in the U.S., compared them to the ideal, and that's how we came up with these cities. Number 1 for naked gardening, Bakersfield, followed by Ogden, Utah, and then Detroit, Michigan, St. Louis, Lakeland, Florida, Los Angeles, Memphis, Tennessee. Number 8, Salt Lake City. Number 9, Toledo. 10, Albuquerque. Fort Myers, Tampa, Grand Rapids, Baton Rouge, and Phoenix.
So what I'm getting from this list is that there's 2 reasons that Bakersfield, you don't want to live there. Is it one, it's the number 1 naked
gardening,
and second, that it's Bakersfield.
Yeah.
You don't want,
That would be it. So after nearly a decade-long truce, the battle over southern Utah's Burr Trail may start up again after the Bureau of Land Management quietly approved Garfield County's request to lay down some asphalt on 7.5 miles of the road east of Capitol Reef. The agency posted its decision Monday because, it's Trump now. And by midday Tuesday, much of the chip seal project already had been completed, according to activists of the Southern Utah Wilderness Alliance, who have long fought efforts to pave the historic 67-mile route from Boulder to Bullfrog. This smacks of the BLM colluding with the county to complete a project in a way that would avoid any scrutiny. You think? Said Southern Utah Wilderness Alliance legal director Steve Block. We're incredibly disappointed that the BLM would proceed under cover of darkness and let the county move forward on a project they knew the public would be concerned about. So let's talk about William Barr meeting with Congress today.
He's there right now.
Attorney General Barr facing scrutiny from lawmakers on Wednesday after a revelation surfaced that he misrepresented Special Counsel Robert Mueller's findings about whether President Trump obstructed justice. Mueller contacted Barr to express his displeasure after Barr issued a 4-page letter in March characterizing the main findings of Mueller's investigation into Russian interference in the 2016 election. The Justice Department confirmed that late Tuesday, less than a day before the Attorney General's scheduled appearance, and that's where he is right now. I have another little article about this. Here is what he said on April 10th to a congressional committee. To one of the congressmen, somebody Van Hollen said, "Did Bob Mueller support your conclusion, Mr. Barr?" Mr. Barr said, "I don't know whether Bob Mueller supported my conclusion."
Yes, you do.
That's a direct lie.
Yep.
Mueller said, "No, I told him days before that testimony that I didn't like how he characterized my report with that 4-page letter. Also, I told him right off the bat, you should release the 4 sections of my report.
The summaries.
The summaries.
That's why
should
he
release
wrote
them
them.
immediately before people.
Because he wrote them in a way that nothing needed to be redacted.
Right.
Here's a summary of everything contained here.
Because he's smart.
Yes.
And of course, Barr didn't want to do that because he's Trump's man.
Yeah, well, he should be charged with perjury.
And then Rod Rosenstein, Deputy Attorney General, he has quit, not because he's any kind of a hero. It's because he's just wanted to save
He knew
his
this
skin.
was coming, yeah.
He was in danger of losing his job. The New York Times had just reported that in the heated days after Comey was fired as FBI director, James Comey, the Deputy Attorney General has suggested wearing a wire to record President Trump. And he surely would have been fired if he hadn't resigned. Let's see, for one other story, we got a time. Julian Assange, 50 weeks in prison for jumping bail in the United Kingdom. That's his sentence, but he's also facing charges here in the United States and will, I guess, probably be extradited to the U.S. to face charges of hacking into government military records. And we mentioned earlier that the American National Pie Championships have been won by an amateur pie, which is delicious pie. I'm a big fan of amateur pie. Rhonda Hull took the top prize in amateur best in show and 6 other categories at the 2019 National Pie Championships. She was asked after her big win, her sweep there, what's your favorite kind of pie? She said, well, it's a toss-up between coconut cream and pecan. Pecan pies are what's requested of me most to make. My kids love it. It's a simple pecan pie. And then they also asked her, what does a pie mean to you?
What does a pie mean to you?
You know, she does a lot with pies. She said the competition was fierce. But what does a pie mean to you? Why is a pie important in your life? When I put a pie in front of my family, I view it as part of my love for them. I love pie. I know they all do. I took time to make this for them to enjoy. To me, pie brings back memories from my grandmother and my mother. I'm hoping I can pass down those pie memories to my children. A pie is home. I added that.
I need more pie.
A pie is home. It's warm, and it's a significant way of expressing your love. I know this sounds silly, but I think of pie as being more loving than cake.
Oh, now I'm calling BS on that.
I
You
don't
know
think
how I feel about cake.
No, I don't think so, Carrie.
More
This
loving
is
than
bull
cake?
S.
I think that
A good cake can heal any hurt. You know that.
It's the dessert wars.
No.
the dessert wars.
Pies they're friendly creations. They're loving creation. Cakes put on airs. They're always got to be so fancy.
Listen, that woman is a cakeist, and that's all there is
Frosting
to
and
it.
decorations. A pie is a simple thing. All right, that's the news.
Well, he took your sports.
No, we have to do the Kentucky Derby.
Oh.
I have
You have our horse
Yes.
picks? Okay.
Brought to you by Health Insurance. Should be personal with doctors you know and trust in your neighborhood. University of Utah Health Plans. Choose you. So Saturday, it's the Kentucky Derby. And I have, Katie, you don't know this, but I pick horses for everybody. So I picked your horse.
So this is the horse that she's supposed to root for
Yeah.
in the Kentucky Derby.
I
When is
picked-
that, this weekend?
Yeah, Saturday.
Okay.
Do you have your hat?
You have a fancy hat?
It's this I'm wearing my
No.
USA ball cap.
Oh, no, you need a big fancy hat.
I'm going
Borrow
to get
one of
one
mine.
because I'm going to the Breeders' Cup, remember, in November.
Oh, that's true.
So I'll get one for that.
I'll loan you one of mine for this weekend.
Okay. Katie, your horse is Gray Magician. I thought that would be a good choice for you. Bill, your horse is War of Will.
War of Will.
War
Wow.
of Will.
WOW. Wow.
Carrie, your horse is Cutting Humor.
Cutting Humor?
Yes.
And it's Cutting Humor.
Yeah.
I'll bet it's a gelding.
No.
Cutting Humor.
There would never be a gelding in the Kentucky Derby.
Why not?
Because
It's
they can't
discrimination.
have babies. It's all
But
about
they
the
can run.
babies.
They can run.
And my horse is Long Range Toddy. Because I like a hot toddy.
Okay.
So there's your horses.
All right. Thank you.
Weather, it's not so warm today, 53 for a high. And that not so warm overnight caused some pretty serious road conditions. Roads are wet and slippery still in Weber, Davis, Box Elder, Summit counties. We've had lots of incidents this morning. I'm not going to go into all of them right now, but just know that roads are slicker than you might be expecting on the first day of May. That's traffic.
Here's boner candidate number 3. Chevy, Ford, Chevy, Ford. I said Chevy. I said Ford. Well, what do you think happened here?
I've seen it happen.
Bedford, Virginia. Prosecutor said an argument over which truck manufacturer was better led to a fight that led 3 people shot in Bedford County. The Bedford County Sheriff's Office said 56-year-old Mark Edwin Turner was charged with felony malicious wounding. That's him at x96.com/live.
He's everything you think he is.
He looks like he's in Duck Dynasty.
Is he a Chevy guy or a Ford guy, though?
So he's you guess which one you think he is.
I think he's a Chevy guy.
Looks like,
You think so?
looks like a Ford guy to me, but
I'm thinking Ford guy too.
All right.
And I don't know yet. 911 call came in around 11:30. Law enforcement responded and found 3 people outside the residence, what appeared to be non-life-threatening gunshot wounds. Bedford County said Mr. Turner, his girlfriend, her son, and her son's girlfriend were having a pre-Easter dinner at their home. The allegation is there was alcohol involved, and a dispute began against Logan Bailey about which one was better, Chevy or Ford. The evidence would be that Mr. Turner got so upset that he brandished a knife. I'm trying to see if it says which one he was representing.
I'll bet they don't.
It is alleged Turner came back, approached Mr. Bailey, tried to... no.
No, it doesn't say.
Oh. I don't see it. There were knife wounds and bullet wounds involved in this. Yeah. There's still more here, but I can't find it. So anyway,
Yeah.
Chevy, Ford. I said Chevy. I said Ford. If I find out which team was which, I'll let you know.
All right. Let's review the first 2 and vote.
Boner candidate number 1. Please don't use 911 to ask for relationship advice. But that's what a woman did. Well, I guess it was advice. She called a 911 dispatcher and asked, how do I kill my boyfriend? Boner candidate number 2. We're looking to hire someone from Caucasia, if you know what I mean. Yes, a job post seeking, this is in a business in Virginia, seeking someone who is preferably Caucasian. And boner candidate number 3, Chevy, Ford. I said Chevy, I said Ford.
All right. You've got to decide, of these 3 candidates, which one is the worst, and therefore most qualified to go forward and get a chance to become Boner of the Day. If it wins here, yeah, great, you're the winner of round 2. Not Boner of the Day yet. Going to have to defeat the winner of round 1's voting. We did that an hour ago. We'll throw them both into the Boner Dome at 9:20. That's when you will decide Boner of the Day. Right now, you're picking the champion for round 2. 1, 2, or 3. Remember the candidate number, the one you think should win. Put that number, that single digit, in the message of a text. That's all we need in the message. computer counts it that way. Text it to 33986. Or you can call 877-602-9696. Use your voice to vote. That's easy. Or go online, x96.com. Look for the box that says Boner Voting May 1, 2019, and vote there. You've got, only about 4 minutes to do it. So let's go. This is round 2.
Flay. Flay. Spell it with me now. F-L-A-Y. And now we'll use it in some dialogue as LeVar and LeGrand have gone to the food court at the mall for lunch. Again, the word is flay.
Oh, I am full. That was a mighty good meal, LeVar.
Pretty good.
Hey, you think that me having a large order of chili cheese fries at the A&W was good for me?
Well, I don't know if it's good for you or bad for you, but you eating them is bad for me. I mean, we're going to have to drive home with the windows of the pickup rolled down for sure. What a smell.
Sorry. Well, I wonder if them fries was good for Mart. I'm kind of getting chest painy since I ate them.
Probably just some big old gas bubble trapped near your left ventricle. You know, you should have had what I had for lunch. A hard, healthy sandwich from Chick-fil-A.
Oh.
Eating them fries was worse for you than eating a big old hunk of filet mignon. All that fry grease is going to go right to your arteries.
Oh, hey, how come they call a filet mignon a filet mignon?
I don't know. I guess because it's a flame-broiled piece of meat that is so thick and heavy that when you eat it, you get sleepy and start to yawn. Therefore, i.e. and etc., a filet mignon.
Oh, filet mignon.
Yeah, filet mignon.
Ooh, looky here. Here's a blood pressure machine here to the drugstore in the mall. Let's see. Let's pop in a quarter, and I'll check my blood pressure. See if them fries has pushed it up any.
All right, go ahead.
I'm sort of not feeling too good.
Put the quarter in there, then. Put it in. Go.
You have to squeeze your forearm a little. You must be absolutely still but relaxed during the test.
What's it mean? It's going to squeeze your arm there.
What's it doing now? It's like clamped down on me like some kind of ferocious animal.
I don't know. What? Oh my God! What's this flashing light mean?
I don't know, but I
It's
think
flashing real fast.
it feels like my heart is starting to speed up really fast.
You don't look so good, LeGrand.
I'm feeling kind of weak and pale, like.
What? You're pale. You're drooling. What's wrong with you?
I'm not feeling too well. Get my arm out of here.
I can't get your arm out. It's stuck on there.
Can't take this anymore. It's squeezing my arm too hard. I'm feeling faint. Everything's going kind of black.
Somebody call the paramedics.
The test is finished. I will display the results. You may remove your forearm. I didn't get enough information that time to give you accurate readings for everything. If you want to try again, push the start button to begin the test.
No fetching way. I'm not going through that again.
You said you didn't get it right the first time.
I'm not going through that again. Let's just run over to the Chick-fil-A and get me a soft serve ice cream.
Okay.
Radio from Hell on X96. Follow us on Twitter at Radio from Hell.
All right, we'll award the boner and get to things that must go in a sec, but first, Hangar 15 bicycles.
Yeah, there are a great bicycle shop. I mean, they are probably the premier bicycle shop in Utah, hands down. So look, they have several locations of Hangar 15, Mill Creek, Draper, South Jordan, Lehigh, Orem, Provo. So I won't bother to list the addresses, but you can find them if you go to their website. It's Hangar, Hangar, the number 15, bicycles.com. I mean, this is the time to start getting into biking. Get a new Specialized bike from Hangar 15, Utah's best bike shop. I have a great Specialized bike that I love. If you're going to hit the trails on a mountain bike or do road work or just a bike for cruising around with the kids, Hangar 15 can help you there. They have a huge selection of bikes and accessories on sale right now. This is the time to save big on your next bike. They always have great sales this time of the year. It's Hangar 15, from helmets to tools. They have all the gear you need to keep you rolling and make your ride one to remember. 25 years they've been in business. Check them out on their website, Hangar, that's Hangar, 15bicycles.com.
All right, let's award round 2 of your boners.
And that is brought to you in part by another pork carnita taco.
And running low on coffee beans, want a fresh bag? Campos Coffee Beans, get them delivered to your door within 2 days of roasting. Visit camposcoffee.com for details.
I put crema on mine. So we had boner candidate number 1. Please don't use 911 to seek relationship advice. Woman who in New York who called 911 and asked, "How do I kill my boyfriend?" She was not being successful in doing it. Boner candidate number 2. We're looking to hire someone from the Caucasus region, from Caucasia. You know what I mean? Yeah, it was a job posting looking for Caucasian or white person for the job. That would be one of the requirements, that you be white. And boner candidate number 3, Chevy Ford. I said Chevy, I said Ford. There was gunplay and knifings. A similar thing I understand happened to the same family when they were arguing over pie versus cake the other day.
Carrie and Bill almost came to, I almost called the police on you guys a minute
It's a
ago.
good thing I didn't have my gun.
Aaron won the Campos Coffee. And the winner, boner candidate number 2, we're looking to hire someone from Caucasia, if you know what I mean.
That's a good choice. All right, it's the winner of round 2. Going forward now to face off against the winner of round 1. Boner fight happens at 9:20, and that's when you will decide boner of the day. Things that must go, brought to you by.
Upon qualification, buy a new home with New Dwello's Gift of Equity rebate and credit program. $28,124 in down payment assistance for those who qualify for the purchase of a new home. Text the word MONEY to 62687.
Things that must go on the radio from Hell Show.
These are things that are bugging you, things that you can't stand anymore, things that if your coworkers are doing them, like singing along with the jingles, they must stop. Send them to radiofromhell@x96.com, put must go in the subject line, and we'll try to read them on the air. I have one of my own today. In work meetings, when the person who's doing something, presenting something, they go through their presentation, they do a couple of items, and then that person is asked, "Do you have anything else?" And they say, "No, that's it." And then they go on with another thing. I think that happens in every one of our meetings. Is that all you have? Yeah, I think that'll be about it. Oh, do you... drives me crazy. This one is, hello, lords and ladies. Feel free to use my name. Shout it from the mountaintops for all I care. Maybe it will help eliminate these things from my life. Okay, Trevin, here goes. The coworker who has to loudly clear and sigh and clear his throat, and then most of all mumbles all damn day. It must go. We're talking full-on back and forth questions and answers to himself. It must stop. That would be pretty unnerving.
Yeah.
The same coworker who feels the need to tout his years of experience in the drafting design field, even though he's been here for only a few months, and be argumentative about every damn thing. Stop it. And this same coworker, I'm sure you're sensing a theme, who is incapable of letting anyone else talk in complete sentences without interrupting.
Yeah.
It doesn't even matter the subject. I was talking about the incident last fall of my son getting lost in Moab, and he interrupted to tell me about search and rescue teams. Did I ask you to speak? Do I look as if I were done with my conversation? No? Then shut up. Anyway, I could go on for days about this guy. Thanks for the show. Geek Show says, hey, Bill, leave the bottle. And Gina, you didn't ruin the show. Thanks, Trevin. This one is, to help protect your privacy, some content in this message has been blocked. Huh, that's interesting. I guess I don't know who did that, but it's here. This is an odd must go, so I won't mention the name. My thing that must go is the library in Pflugerville, Texas, holding an anti-prom function without snakes. Now, originally, the librarians published an advertisement for this anti-prom event with snakes when they meant snacks. But they put snakes. The librarian should have stuck with having snakes because regular prom would not have snakes. Thus, an anti-prom should have snakes. Snakes are cool because of the fact that they eat their prey whole. Okay, and then finally this. Hey there, radio icons. Yeah, you're good. Feel free to use my name, Shane, a couple of times. This must immediately go. My boss not allowing me to move my office. I currently share space with a coworker, and he insists everyone call him Dr. Acula. You guessed it. He's not a doctor or a vampire.
Dr. Acula.
Dr. Acula.
Dr. Acula. Yeah. He's not a doctor or a vampire. His name is Ted.
Well, if my name was Ted, I'd rather be called something else.
Also,
anything.
Also, good Dr. Acula sits in the office and breaks loud flatulence and then proclaims, damn pounds shouldn't have had them tacos or hamburgers or drink or whatever it's messed him up. Thanks for your time in reading this. Hopefully these things will pass. Shane. All right. Gina?
Don't use my name. It's too uncommon. I have two things. Number one, fluffy animal hats on adults must go. I see this all the time. Grocery shopping, post office, Walmart. I know polar bears and panda bears are adorable, but it doesn't need to be on your head. Just wear a beanie like everybody else. And my work has designed the conference rooms to be next to the restrooms. So when people are waiting in the hallway for meeting, they're also staring at people entering and leaving the restroom. I don't need looks when I spend more than an allotted time it takes to go pee. I know what you're doing in there. That's it. You rock my world. Thank you for the joy you bring to my drive to work. This must go from Jess, people who clip their nails at work, and my coworker that clips his toenails in his cubicle. The sound grosses me out so much, and you know he's just letting the clippings fly. He's not even throwing they're just on the floor. And let's see, finally this from Jason. What must go is people complaining about Avengers Endgame and the latest episode of Game of Thrones. Was probably, at least for me, the greatest thing I've seen on television and movies ever or probably will ever see. Yeah. I can't stand the nitpicking, and I straight up hate what I've been seeing online. How high are your damn standards, really? Both the show and the movie far exceeded all my expectations by miles. I'm so flabbergasted that anyone would find either of these massive filming achievements lacking. We don't deserve nice things. We are rotten, spoiled children who need a timeout. Love you guys. FOP for 22 years, Jason.
I agree, Jason. All right, first item is from my wife and I. Kind of gives you a look into our troubled lives. Things that must go when you get too much lotion for your hands, but you're wearing pants and a long sleeve shirt. What do you do with the extra lotion?
Wow. That is rough.
That is rough.
You're brave.
Yeah.
You are brave.
You guys power through, don't you?
We do. We do. We hold our heads high and power through.
Yep.
Let's see, this from Laura. Allow me to preface this with the fact that I am a mom of 2 awesome kids and 2 fabulous dogs.
Okay.
Things that must go. The term littles. Mm-hmm. Took the littles to the zoo today. Yeah. Barf. Just say kids.
Yeah.
The term fur babies.
Yeah.
Karen, you have dogs. Let them be dogs. All right, there you go.
Karen!
Damn it, Karen. Let's see. Please do not use my name. Things that must go. I recently bought all new kitchen appliances. They were all wrapped in plastic wrap when they were delivered. What must go is the tiny plastic particles in every seam and corner. We will never get them all out. In 30 years, we will still be finding plastic wrap. Next thing that must go, Poshmark and similar ads on Facebook. When I stop scrolling because I see a cute dress or purse or something, I want to look at that exact dress you just showed me, not sign up for a stupid service.
No, I hate that.
Where is that dress? I bet that dress isn't even in there on your stupid service. Finally, bathroom campers. Look, I know you're in that stall hiding from people and scrolling your phone. We all are. But for the love of all that is fluffy, could you please wrap it up? I have some serious business to do here. I'll wait 30 minutes for you to leave if I have to. Our ladies' room needs a sign that says no camping. Finally, this. Don't use my name. Thing that must go is that the hair braiding lessons were canceled for the Game of Thrones celebration at the main library.
The what? Well, that's not right.
I mean, other than YouTube, how is someone going to learn how to braid really cool hairstyles like Sansa Stark?
It's true.
It's exactly true.
My other thing that must go, the lack of chairs for the Dragon Egg Craft Project. I had to sit on the floor.
That's terrible.
That's just awful. All right. 8:58 right now. Corey's concert and community calendar coming up. Stand by for that. Oh, sorry.
No, we're good.
We're good. We don't have to
Slow down.
Just slow down. Berries.com. Use the promo code X96 in the microphone in the upper right-hand corner. Mother's Day is coming. I have these throughout the year. I don't wait for special occasions. They're delicious all the time. We had several of them the other night. That was funny. They're really big, delicious dipped berries, juicy. They drip down your chin. They're just amazing. Sherry's Berries has a special Mother's Day berries designed just for Mom, topped with chocolate chips, which I think are my favorite. The Pink Shimmer Sugar, which I'd never had before. That was different. And Swizzles. They're just delicious, and Mom's going to love them. Don't wait until the last minute on this one. Visit berries.com today. Order freshly dipped strawberries starting at $19.99 for the moms in your life. Make Mom really happy. You can double the berries for just $10 more. Do that. Mother's Day is Sunday, May 12th. So go to berries.com. That's BERRIES.com. Click on the microphone in the upper right-hand corner. Enter the code X96. That makes sure that you get this deal and that we get the credit. Thank you. That's berries.com. Click on the microphone. Code is X96.
Every weekday afternoon, join me, Todd Newcomb, as I provide plenty of new music, plenty of
officials that Arizona's going to cut off power to L.A.
Yeah, this could be a boner.
To Los Angeles if the city proceeds with its boycott of all things Arizona. The mayor on Wednesday defiantly rejected a warning by top Arizona utilities officials that the state could cut off power to Los Angeles should the city proceed with its boycott. Spokesman Dave Beltran told Fox News that the message didn't even warrant a response. We're not going to respond to threats from a state that has isolated itself from America, that values freedom, liberty, and basic human rights, Beltran said. That was after Gary Pierce, a commissioner of the 5-member Arizona Corporation Commission, wrote a letter to Villaraigosa. I can't say his name. It's Villaraigosa.
Just mangle it.
Slamming his city council's decision to boycott the Grand Canyon State in protest of its immigration law by suspending official travel there and ending future contracts with state businesses. Noting that a quarter of Los Angeles' electricity comes from Arizona power plants, Pierce threatened to pull the plug if the city council does not reconsider. Doggone it! If you're going to boycott this candy store, then don't come in for any of it, Pierce told Fox News. Well, I'm sure that they'll do that. I am sure that Arizona, as a matter of fact, if I were California, I'd say, go ahead. Go ahead.
Shut it off.
Go ahead. Put up or shut up.
You already look bad, Arizona. Do that and look worse.
They're not going to do it, is the point.
No.
They would never do it. They can't do it. We're going to cut off your power. Uh-huh. Okay, fine. Do it.
Ever wonder what Bill Allred is thinking at any given moment? Follow him on Twitter at RFHBill. Radio from Hell on X96.
Well, you'll have to excuse me because I have to use the bathroom.
The lowly confines of planet Earth and have sought their destiny among the stars. While many things have changed, one constant remains: the need for young men to venture forth and do the work of the Lord. This is the tale of two such men who at the age of 19 have answered the call of their general authorities and are embarking on a 2-year mission to spread the gospel throughout the galaxy. This is the story of Space Elders! We join our elders as they arrive on Vulcan. They hope to find a cure for Lehi, who is suffering from Ponfar. Ah, Vulcan, world of logic, place of pointy-eared people. Here I will seek out my mate and find man who killed parents. Settle down and raise pointy-eared offspring.
Knock it off, Lehi. You aren't a Vulcan. I was hoping you only had the 24-hour type of Ponfar. Dang it. Oh, here comes somebody. Excuse me, sir?
Greetings. You are new to Vulcan?
Hi, I'm Elder Spock, and this is Elder Jensen.
Hi.
We represent the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
You know, the Mormons.
Spock. He is a legend on Vulcan. You mock us by using his name.
Oh, we mean no disrespect. Lehigh here is Spock. I mean, they mind melded and something went wrong. Elder Spock here is suffering from Pon farr.
Pon farr? This is almost illogical. We must meet with T'Pau. She will know how to proceed.
This is Spock? He does not look like Spock. Fascinating. So the great son of Vulcan has sent you as his replacement? Joining will go on as scheduled.
Joining? What joining?
My parents chose my mate when I was 7. We were telepathically linked, and now is the time for us to be wed.
Spock was joined with this woman. You haven't even gone to Snellgroves with her. You can't marry her. Talk about breaking the rules.
We are all gathered. We shall proceed. We are here to complete the joining of Spock and T'Pring. Unless there is anyone here who objects, the ceremony will commence.
Excuse me, T'Pau, ma'am, I have a problem with this.
Only Vulcans are allowed to protest. One more word out of you and I will have you removed from this holy place. Now, shall we begin?
I protest.
T'Pring, no. Why?
I have chosen another to be my mate. I choose Elder Jinsen.
But I was to be the one you chose.
A challenge has been made. T'Pring has chosen her companion and is her right. Let the combat to the death begin.
Combat? To the death? Oh, come on, Lehigh Spock. You know I can take you in a fair fight. Be logical. Give up now before I have to hurt you. Hey, you cut my Mr. Max suit. Why, they ought to teach this at the MTC.
Oh. We have our victor. Elder Spock shall wed T'Pring.
Excuse me, ma'am, but I don't think I can go through with this. You see, I just killed my companion, and we're way out of our sector. My zone leader won't be happy at all. I really should be going.
And I will be free to take Ston as my husband.
Is this the end of Butch? Well...
Tragedy. Tragedy.
Sorry, Karen.
I know, tragedy.
Level 42 guitarist and founding member Boone Gould found dead. Yeah, there's subtle differences in stories when they come. Well, if it just said Boone Gould died, it would be, probably surrounded by family but being found dead.
It means nobody was around for a while. He had a period of sustained illness and panic attacks while on stage, and that's why he quit the band. He's from the Isle of Wight originally.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's why.
That's why. Okay. Is this sponsored, Corey?
This is brought to you by The Depot, your premier live concert venue located at 13 North and 400 West. Visit depotslc.com for all upcoming events, including tonight, I Prevail at the Complex. Get your tickets for that at Ticketmaster.com. That's the only place to snag those.
Okay.
Corey's concert and community calendar. Here we go.
Here we go. All right. Not a lot, well, except for the I Prevail tonight. But of course, it is May Day. So you have a couple ways to celebrate May Day. You got the Maypole.
Yeah.
Or you can topple a corporation.
I like
you have to do one of those things.
I prefer having tanks and army men marching down the street.
I will be parading my missiles up and down the square.
Carrie and I are of one mind about that.
So we commemorate the Haymarket Affair in Chicago. I will be protesting by watching the new Anthony Jeselnik in the men's room today.
Oh,
That's going to be my subtle protest today for May Day. Tomorrow, though, Taking Back Sunday, starting their one of two nights at the Complex. They'll be performing with the Maine. Tomorrow, you also have Jason Mewes at Wise Guys at Jordan Landing. One night, one show only. Friday, Bad Sons, great band, will be at the Depot. Buck Cherry at the Royal.
Woo!
What?
Really?
Singing about crazy bitches and cocaine. I think that's what they do.
Sure.
Saturday, the Bouncing Souls at Metro Music Hall.
Always a good show.
SLC Punk's approved show for sure. The Tour de Bruta is on Saturday, and there's a couple ways you can do that. Of course, you can hop on your bike and do the circuit, or you can head down to the Gateway from noon to 7 p.m. They'll have beers there, and that'll be an all-ages thing down there. So you can go hang out. There'll be music and stuff.
I'll
the bicycle.
be there.
Gina will be there. That's right.
Broadcasting live, the bicycle thing, you got to be 21.
Yep, you do have to, because you go into places that you need to be 21 to go into. And you can get a DUI on a bike, so keep that in mind. That is a thing you can do, and on scooters. If you're thinking that's a loophole, there's no scooter loophole.
No.
Monday, Wild Bell will be at Urban Lounge, and Tuesday, My Life with the Thrill Kill Cult at Metro Music Hall.
When's that? Thursday?
Tuesday night.
next week.
Yeah.
We should play some of that.
Remember that.
I forgot that's the whole name of the band. 'Cause
Yeah.
usually we just say Thrill Kill Cult.
Yeah.
But it's My Life.
My Life with a Thrill
I'd
Kill
forgotten
Cult.
that.
Probably know them from Sex on Wheels. That was the song we played quite a bit here.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
Great song on the Crow soundtrack, too. And that's it. Once again, brought to you by The Depot, your premier live concert venue located at 13 North and 400 West. Go to depotslc.com for upcoming events, including I Prevail tonight at the Complex, where you can find your tickets, Ticketmaster.com.
You can find everything that Corey mentioned at x96.com, or if you'd like to be updated weekly on all that, text the word events to 33986.
Yep. All right. Thank you very much, Corey.
Thank you.
All right. We will be back with Boner Fight to determine Boner of the Day. That is on the way. Stand by. Proflowers.com. Click on the microphone. Use the code X96. You're going to get this deal that I'm going to tell you about. Proflowers, I've got some on my counter right now. Multicolored roses. They're wonderful. They smell great. Just terrific. Proflowers, whenever you want to send somebody flowers, this is really the best way to do it because it'll take you like 3 minutes.
I've used them, not just for holidays, but just for all kinds of reasons.
And they let you choose from a variety of bouquets, unique vases that suit everyone's style. Of course, Mother's Day is coming. That's what they want to tell you about mostly right now. They carefully package the flowers and deliver them fresh from the farm. An express delivery means that the flowers stay fresh. They arrive with everything you need, including a vase and plant food. Right now, you can get 1 dozen assorted roses for $19.99. They're beautiful. And you can double the roses and get a premium vase for just $9.99 more. So do it before Mother's Day. Visit proflowers.com, click on that microphone in the upper right-hand corner, and enter the code X96. Please do that to make sure that you get this deal and that we get the credit. That's proflowers.com. Click on the microphone, code X96. Mother's Day is May 12th, so don't wait. Order like a pro and get this amazing rose deal to thank all the moms in your life.
Here's what Kerry Jackson is doing when he's not on the air.
Grandma, why do we have to drive all the way up from Salem to Orem just to go to the Training Table restaurant?
Because they have the cheese fries, you stupid little turd.
But Grandma...
It's worth the 20-mile drive for the cheese fries.
Yeah, worth it to you. You don't have to drive.
Well, what did you say?
I said that those cheese fries seem to make you thrive.
Well,
that's what I said.
of course they do. Cheese fries have all the nutrients we old people need. And they're easy to digest, too.
Oh,
when those rat bastards down home get the cheese fries to their burger joint, maybe we'll eat at home.
Grandma, did you bring your stool softeners?
Just you never mind about my stool softeners. Just get on the damn phone and order the cheese fries.
Okay.
Oh, and about 10 of them cups of dipping sauce.
Grandma, can I order a burger for myself?
Well, if you've got the money to pay for it. What do you think I am, Zion's First National Bank?
No, I don't.
Stupid little turd.
Here's what Bill Allred is doing when he's not on the air.
Hi, welcome to the Training Table. Can I take your order, please?
Well, sure. Bill? Bill, is that you?
Just a minute.
Hello?
Hello, welcome to the Training Table. May I take your order, please?
Hey, what happened to the guy I was just talking to?
Guy?
Wait a minute. Bill, this is you, isn't it?
I don't know what you're talking about. My name is Jenny Parsons. Who are you?
Oh, come on. Like you don't know that I'm Kerry Jackson, your partner on X96's Radio from Hell show.
Oh, you're Kerry Jackson? Oh, I've heard of you and the Radio from Hell show, too. Oh, I love your partner, Bill Allred.
Yeah.
He's so handsome and kind and generous and thin, too.
Yeah, right.
Oh, and he's so much funnier than you.
All right, listen, Allred, I don't know what you're trying to pull, but I could just send Grandma back in the kitchen to kick your ass.
I'm not kicking anybody's ass until I get my cheese fries. You stupid little turd.
a part of the Radio from Hell show on X96. Call 877-602-9696 or text us at 33986. Message and data rates apply.
And you're going to need that info in about 7 minutes when you vote for Boner of the Day. Boner Fight is coming up then. Right now, a reasonable amount of news brought to you by...
Woohoo! Lucky's Auto Credit. 77 cents and a job gets you a car. That's awesome. They'll front the tax, title, and license. 77 cents total to drive away today. Apply online at luckysautocredit.com. Woohoo!
Woohoo indeed. They were planning on a Woodstock music festival to celebrate the 50th anniversary.
I remember that.
Of Woodstock. And then it seemed that there were problems and they weren't going to do it.
Yeah, I heard it was canceled yesterday.
Well, investors behind the Woodstock 50th Anniversary Festival announced that the event had been called off, and they pulled their financial support. Organizers behind the festival say that it'll still take place as planned.
Well, that's interesting.
At Watkins Glen, August 16th through the 18th. The festival previously made headlines when payments to participating artists were delayed by a few days. In addition, ticket sales were delayed and haven't yet occurred because organizers don't have the necessary mass gathering permit. It doesn't seem like they're very well organized, and that's why the investors are pulling out. But I don't know. The people who want to do it, who organize it, say we're still planning on doing it.
I don't think he's going to be there, Kerry.
He won't?
I don't.
Oh.
There had been some move to dig him up.
To dig him up.
Just
hologram Jimmy? Is there any talk of hologram
I'm sure
Jimmy?
well, I don't know. Will they be able to afford hologram Jimmy now that they don't have sponsors?
I don't know. The World Surf League has confirmed that Sonny Garcia, surfing legend, 6-time winner of the Triple Crown of Surfing. And I'm sure there are people out there who immediately are going, oh, man, he's great.
Mm-hmm.
I've never heard of him myself. But he's fighting for life in a Portland hospital.
Oh, really?
According to the World Surf League. The 49-year-old was admitted to hospital in Oregon on Monday. Details about his condition were not made public. He is currently in intensive care. He is apparently one of the most beloved people in pro surfing. He grew up in Hawaii, became close friends with fellow surfers like Kelly Slater. That's the one. I think that's the one surfer I've heard of.
Laird Hamilton.
Laird Hamilton. Yeah, you're right. That's another one. And Jamie O'Brien. He's an absolute stud in the water, but apparently he is in hospital and clinging to life. He's had issues, and it's believed he tried to end his own life.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Officials with the Gila County Sheriff's Office in Arizona said a woman had to be rescued from a hike at Fossil Creek over the weekend because she wasn't wearing appropriate footwear. According to a post made by the department in unverified Facebook page, the woman, along with 7 others, had to be rescued because she went on this rather vigorous hike, a fairly difficult hike, wearing flip-flops.
That's your own damn fault.
Well, but you can't leave her there to die.
Then send her a bill.
I would not discount the fact that they'll do that. There's a sign posted there, and you see this in other hiking areas. The signs say things like, this hike is rated as, moderate or strenuous. The sign said it was rated strenuous. You should take plenty of water, and it gave the amount of water. You should always wear proper footwear, it said on the sign outside this Fossil Creek hike. And the sign also said, if you're Gina Barberi, don't even try it.
I don't do moderate. I stop at moderate. I don't do strenuous.
They really didn't need to invest in that sign. She wouldn't even go there.
No. So now, a conservative commentator, Stephen Moore, has been nominated by Donald Trump to be on the Fed.
He's a
on the
hideous
federal
human being.
he was nominated to the Federal Reserve Board. It doesn't look like it's going to happen because Republican senators are saying no.
Well, they got him on tape saying he wants to get rid of the child labor laws.
He thinks 11 and 12-year-olds should be put to work.
He's pretty horrible. So of course Donald Trump nominated him and says he's a great friend of mine.
It's because he saw him on TV.
And
the people on the TV are his friends.
Trump has said he's a great friend and he's a great man and he knows a lot about it. So I want him on the Fed. but doesn't look like that will happen. And I don't know what, usually when something like this is a foregone conclusion, the person withdraws his or her name from consideration, but that doesn't seem to have happened yet. The National Pie Championships, won by an amateur woman. We've mentioned that.
Yes, you've made quite a big deal about it
Well,
today.
and it's because I'm on the Pie Council.
I know.
On the Pie
You have to do this.
I know,
understand.
and I get
And
my
you put
kickback.
Carrie on the defensive by attacking Cake.
I don't know why they can't just coexist, but apparently,
I don't. Listen. I didn't bring Cake up. I didn't want Cake to be in the conversation at all. But when he brings up Cake as something he might prefer, then it gets my hackles up a little bit.
It wasn't me. It was the woman who won the
Well,
pie
she
competition who said that
That's true.
that pie is better than cake. She's the one who started.
She didn't say better. It's even worse. She said pie is more loving than
right.
cake.
And Carrie was outraged by that.
Yeah.
I have to kind of agree with her. But the fierce competition, she wanted to comment on that. She said, when you're checking your pies at the table, the judging table, you're looking at the other pies on the table, and you're thinking, oh, my piping skills aren't as good as theirs.
No.
And, I like my crust better than theirs. So you walk out of there with the most disheartening feelings. You're thinking, I've just spent 22 of the last 24 hours baking pies, and I'm not going to win anything. But when she did, the best amateur pie, and next to free pie, amateur pie is the best. Free pie is the very best.
You know who else you're pissing off with this pie over cake thing?
I don't care, but go ahead and
You
tell
should
me.
care. Paulette. She texted me earlier.
She's all about the cakes, Paulette.
Yeah.
How much love go into Paulette's cake?
A lot.
A lot of love.
Let me just say this. The only reason that I'm championing pie over cake, Paulette, is that pie is simple. It doesn't try to pretend that it's something better than it is.
Piping skills, though?
She got a little carried away on one of her pies.
How many layers did she go?
But generally, pies are more humble. Cakes have to be, and especially
Did
your
you
cakes.
just make a humble pie
Paula.
reference?
He did.
Yes. But it is a phrase in our vernacular, humble pie.
If we had a website that sold T-shirts, we could make Team Cake, Team Pie T-shirts and sell them.
Yep. Well, I think
Katie?
maybe we should do it.
Katie, this company says they have no interest in selling T-shirts, so let's do that.
Are you Team Cake or Team Pie? I love you, Paulette, but you know that you put all of those fancy flowers on those cakes.
Oh, Bill, don't go there.
Oh, no.
You don't want
I hope
Paulette
she's not
mad
listening.
at you.
They're florid. They're over the top, and she would admit that a pie is a simple thing. Simple Simon met a pieman going to the fair.
You just keep. It's a good thing she's not listening right now. She was listening earlier, but she's not listening right now. Maybe she'll hear this in the repeat tomorrow.
I'm not afraid to say it to her.
Well, I need to
If
get her
she
on.
were, if she were here, he would not be
He would
talking
not,
this
but she's
way.
in New York, all the way in New York. So
and
he's,
if she were here, we couldn't air any of her
No, that's
response.
that's true. I was going to say get her on the phone, but I no.
We need the Radio from Hell not safe for work pie versus cake night
With Paulette.
With Paulette.
Okay.
And we'll have
I
people,
want that to happen.
and we should have people bring in pies and cakes that they make.
Next time she's in town, we'll
Be
do
not
that.
safe
She's
for
coming
work.
she's coming pretty soon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's Boner Fight. With Radio from Hell on X96.
Brought to you by Salt Lake E-Bites for sales, rentals of electronic bikes located east of Liberty Park on 7th East. Discover how fun e-biking can be. Browse online at saltlakeebikes.com, and a random boner voter will get a voucher for e-bikes.
All right, here we go. Boner candidate number one, cake. No, it's boner candidate number one was I could buy all the coffee if I want, if only I could get a government to bail me out of debt. This is the winner from round one, J.P. Morgan Chase Manhattan Bank, lecturing their customers or trying to be gently funny with them about the reason that their bank accounts aren't big. And they say, well, because you buy coffee at the coffee shop rather than make it at home, and you don't eat leftovers, you go to restaurants all the time. People said, look, Chase, you got bailed out by the federal government to the tune of $25 billion because you couldn't manage your own affairs, so don't lecture us on how to manage ours. Well, that's boner candidate number 1. Going against boner candidate number 2, we're looking to hire someone from, shall we say, Caucasia. You know what I mean? Caucasia. It was a company in Falls Church, Virginia, which I believe is the home of Jerry Falwell, where his ministry is. They were looking to hire someone that they said must preferably be Caucasian, a white person for the position. That's boner candidate number 2.
All right. You've got to decide of these 2 candidates which one is the worst, which one deserves to be boner of the day for May 1st, 2019. 1 or 2. Remember your candidate number. Put that number in the message of a text, and then text that to 33986. Or call 877-602-9696. Use your voice to vote. Or go online. Look for the box that says Boner Fight May 1, 2019 at x96.com. If you don't see that box, refresh. It should appear. All right? You've got less than 300 seconds to do it, though. This is Boner Fight. Boner of the day. Let's go.
Confines of planet Earth and have sought their destiny among the stars. While many things have changed, one constant remains: the need for young men to venture forth and do the work of the Lord. This is the tale of 2 such men who at the age of 19 have answered the call of their general authorities and are embarking on a 2-year mission to spread the gospel throughout the galaxy. This is the story of Space Elders! Today, we join our elders as they are about to encounter the Borg for the 2nd time.
Man, these Borg ships sure are sparsely decorated and poorly lit.
Well, I sure hope we get to spend more time with the Borg this time. I mean, last time we didn't even get to the first discussion.
I am 5 of 7. I am here to show you the way.
Hey, that's why we're here too.
Hello, Mr. 5 of 7. We met your cousin 3 of 7 last time. I'm Elder Christiansen, and this is Elder Jensen.
Hi.
We represent the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
You know.
The Mormons. Yes, your exploits are known throughout the collective.
Hey, Lehigh, we're famous, huh?
All Borg are one. Whatever one experiences becomes available to all.
Well, that would speed up fast and testimony meetings. Say, where are you taking us?
To her chambers. She is expecting you.
I don't like the sound of that.
Welcome, elders. I have been anticipating your arrival.
Hi, ma'am. I'm Lehigh, and he's Butch.
Hi.
I have wonderful plans for you boys. Together we will rule over the perfect Borg galaxy.
Well, I hope this can wait until after our mission is over.
Ma'am, who exactly are you, and why do you have plans for us?
I am the Borg.
Well, I thought they were the Borg.
They are, and I am. And once we assimilate you two, you will be Borg as well.
Oh, I get it. He's a Borg, she's a Borg. Everywhere a Borg, old MacDonald had a Borg.
Knock it off, Butch. We better come up with a plan quick or we're going to be assimilated.
Okay, Ms. Borg, tell you what. I'll give you my new fender flares and the luggage rack off of Lehigh's bike, and we'll just be on our way.
You will look cute in black rubber suits, and I have picked out some special prosthetic parts for each of you. Soon you will be my lieutenants, my consorts, my special friends. Together we will assimilate the Federation, then the Romulans, then the Cardassians, and then whoever else we can find. And we will have fun doing it. Hook them to the assimilator.
Hey, come on, let us go!
Nothing like the assimilation of new young men to make one forget about how Locutus left me without saying goodbye.
Something is wrong. The assimilation process has failed. They have already been assimilated by a stronger force than the Borg.
Quick, shut down the machinery. The feedback could contaminate the collective. What have you done to my beloved collective?
Well, once you hooked us up to that gizmo over there, all of our experiences were spread throughout the entire Borg race.
Lehigh and I were able to bear our testimonies to more than 7 billion beings at one time.
It was kind of like General Conference, except without the crying babies and the old people going to sleep.
Yeah.
We not only got to give the first discussion to the Borg, but to pretty much teach the whole gospel to all of them at once. Could it be? Have the Borg finally met their match? Could Butch and Lehigh be immune to the assimilation process? Tune in next time to hear the Borg say,
I I am Elder 5 of 7, and this is my companion 4 of 9. We represent the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. You know, the Mormons.
No, you've turned the most feared race in the galaxy into a bunch of jello-loving, suburban-driving moral goody-goodies.
Well, you think that people were afraid of you before. Wait until you start approaching planets now. Man, I'd hate to play word ball against these guys.
I think our work here is done. Hey, can we count all 7 billion as converts?
Well, technically, we didn't baptize them. We'll have to check with Zone Leader Hansen just to be sure.
What about me? I was queen. I was the most powerful being in the galaxy, ruler of an entire race of warriors. What am I supposed to do now?
Well, I guess you are now the most powerful Relief Society president in the galaxy. Congratulations. Gotta go.
Bye-bye, sister.
On the next artificial...
Seated with Gina Barberi on X96 Radio from Hell.
All right, before we award Boner of the Day, BigOTires.com.
They are the team you trust, Big O Tires, and the Big O brand tire is a fine tire. I like to go into the showroom of the Big O Tires on 2nd East and South Temple and just smell the vulcanized rubber.
Bill Allred's in here again.
Love that smell.
Things.
And although the guys that work there, they have to confess, they said mostly we don't notice it anymore, but sometimes when we open the store in the morning, you just go, yeah, we work at a tire store, Big O Tires. Right now, you can get $100 instant savings on set of 4 Big O brand tires with paid installation purchase, plus a $50 Visa prepaid card by mail-in rebate if you make a purchase of $500 or more with your Big O credit card when you're getting your Big O tires. So that's $150 right there. And if you don't want Big O tires, okay, they have all the major brand of tires at your friendly local Big O tire store. They have BF Goodrich, Sumitomo, and they have Hankook, Aspen, all of those. Big O is more than just tires, too. You can come in for brakes or shock struts, whatever you need. So if you want to find a Big O store near you, all you have to do is go to BigOTires.com.
All right. Time for Boner of the Day.
Brought to you in part by
Carnitas Tacos.
And KUTV 2 News, alerting, protecting, get the vital news you need to know tonight on 2 News at 10.
Well, frankly, I'm pretty surprised.
What?
Boner candidate number 1 was I should... I could buy all the coffee I want if I could just get the government to, help bail me out and pay my debts, like Chase did, Chase Bank. And they're trying to lecture us on how to keep our savings accounts going. And then there was Boner candidate number 2, the racist one. We're looking for someone to hire someone from Caucasia, if you know what I mean.
Yes.
So I would have thought that number 2 would do very well and perhaps even win. But it was stomped by people who hate big banking, I guess. And hate the fact that the federal government bailed that Chase out to the tune of $58 million. And 50 votes to 8 votes.
They were both Twitter memes, so I thought they'd be a closer battle. But there you go. That's Boner of the Day for May 1st, 2019. It now is qualified to be Boner of the Week. That'll be Friday at about this time.
Now, we've been having our pie versus cake argument, and I will point out that we as of yet have not broken into the babka we have here in the
cinnamon babka. That's
where is that, a cake?
That's a cake.
Yeah, it's closer to a cake. That's certainly not a pie.
We should open that up.
That's from Zabar's.
No, it's not even near being a pie. That's a cake.
Yeah, you want to cut it and open it up. Go ahead.
Because
there's a knife there.
We had
it's really more of a bread, isn't it?
Yeah.
We loaned a friend from New Jersey our truck, and as a thank you, they sent us all of this Passover food from.
They have to go clear to New Jersey in your truck?
No, they came here to camp.
Oh.
And they needed a truck to
go camping.
Which it has not been camping weather. It's been so cold, but they came to do that, and so the thank you gift was this. Do you want me to open it?
Yeah.
It's up to you.
Yeah.
It's up to you.
Katie, do we have a plate we can?
There's some paper towels here. Those will work as plates.
Yeah.
Just leave it in the container.
I don't know that I've ever had babka.
It's just cinnamon bread.
Cinnamon
essentially.
bread, yeah.
It's a little especially you heat it up and it's a little gooier maybe. It's like a cinnamon goo in it. But if you
the
like
sugar will melt.
They do chocolate babkas and cinnamon babkas, and that's the only two I've ever seen.
And Paulette Boretsky Platt, Polish American here. Babka is a sweetbread.
Yeah, and also babka is cinnamon babka was a stripper.
Oh yeah,
was she?
She was at Trails. Yeah.
And now everybody give it up for cinnamon babka.
Yeah.
I feel like we should have heated this up.
Well, it's better if it's heated up, but it's good.
You still can.
It's good that way.
All right.
Well, if you brought it in to eat, let's eat it.
Well, I brought it to share.
Okay. And it's good. It's good with gravy.
Sorry, this is it's falling apart here. But
if you get some good white gravy,
it was
pork gravy.
You were talking about sandwiches earlier. That made me crave sandwiches today.
Yeah,
we're talking about a lot of food.
I'm going to make some corned beef sandwiches with coleslaw. And
here's something that it's a controversial take.
Mm-hmm.
I prefer hot sandwiches over cold.
Well,
I don't know that's so controversial.
I don't have a preference. I had a chicken salad sandwich over at the Daily, which is in the the 222 building where the money guys are.
Goldman
Sachs.
How was it?
It was a chicken salad sandwich that dropped me back into my seat. I was just
good,
like,
huh?
oh my God.
They got a good chicken salad over there.
Yeah, and it's white bread, soft white bread
you want,
with just a little bit of crust.
That's what you want.
And
it's
got the nuts in it, cashews. It's got some little grapes cut up in it.
See, I like all those things.
And then there's a curry seasoning, a curry flavor to it.
Even better.
And it's thick. It's like this thick, Carrie.
Too big for my mouth. I have to squish it.
Yeah, you squish it down a little, but you need a fork too because some of the chicken salad will come falling out.
We need to go over and try. I need to go over and try that.
That's really good.
I would, but I'm afraid that the Goldman Sachs vampires will get me.
Yeah. There you go. Thanks.
They're like vultures over there.
That's a hunk of babka.
I didn't know how to cut it smaller.
Yeah, see when you heat it up and that stuff kind of melts
It's
into
just
it.
a hunk of
But
gooey
it's still good this
babka.
way. It's good this way too.
All right.
Maybe we should be Jewish.
Well, you don't have to convert to eat the stuff. Besides, that whole kosher thing, I'm not ready to redesign my kitchen. Can't do it.
No.
All right.
You can get a cinnamon babka at Whole Foods. This is much better.
Well, at Zabar's. You can have them delivered, go to Zabar's on the web. They'll deliver them to you.
I got this.
All right, stop eating because we got to talk about Salt Lake Film Society.
Oh.
All right.
Well,
SLFS.org.
I don't think they care if we have a little food in our mouths.
Well, they have a great snack bar over there.
They do. At the Broadway Theater, at Salt Lake Film Society's Broadway Theater, they have the best selection of Ritter Sport candy bars.
It's true.
I don't know if it's better than anybody in town.
They have unusual sodas there, too.
Yeah. And the popcorn is really good, too. The popcorn at both the Broadway and the Tower are excellent. Now, of course, the Salt Lake Film Society, always great for independent film and documentary film. But if you are looking for a good snack bar, I don't know if you probably don't want to just go in there and have the snack bar and leave.
No, go see a movie.
Yeah.
I mean, you could.
You probably could. And they have bulk candy, too, which is really good. So Salt Lake Film Society, they are a great organization for film, for supporting local filmmakers and film screenwriters, and for Great snack bars.
Subscribe to their email because they send you reminders of what movies are coming and going.
Yeah, so just go to SLFS for Salt Lake Film Society.org.
23rd century. Humans have left the lowly confines of planet Earth and have sought their destiny among the stars. While many things have changed, one constant remains: the need for young men to venture forth and do the work of the Lord. This is the tale of two such men who at the age of 19 have answered the call of their general authorities and are embarking on a 2-year mission to spread the gospel throughout the galaxy. This is the story of Space Elders! In this episode, we find our elders rendezvousing with Zone Leader Hansen on some distant planet in the BFE sector. Hey, Butch, what you got there?
Oh, it's a care package for my folks. You know, my mom means well, but she just doesn't understand the physics involved in sending stuff from home.
Well, what do you mean?
Well, the cookies she sent are fine. They're hard as a rock, just the way I remember them. It's the lime jello with shredded carrots in it that causes problems. You know, even in Tupperware, this stuff goes bad after a week in hyperspace. Missionaries who have eaten this stuff have been known to develop a form of space madness.
Wow. Oh, look, here comes Zone Leader Hansen right now.
I have discovered the most incredible object. It allows us to view any period in the history of any planet. We can research early church history. This discovery will allow me to get reassigned back to Earth and leave you two losers far behind.
Right. Glad to hear it. What's that have to do with us?
Since you weren't having much luck in the field, I figured that you wouldn't mind watching my discovery while I go back to Starbase 182 and file my report. Hey, are you eating while I'm talking to you? Give me that.
Sorry.
Say, green jello with carrot shavings. I haven't had this since I left home.
But sir, I think you ought to know that...
Quietly, Hi. He's eating.
Shut up, the both of you, right now. This jello tastes funny.
He's gone mad. He's got space madness. We better go after him.
Okay. Hey, what's that thing right there?
You mean that natural arch that seems to be showing the History Channel?
Yeah, that thing. What is it?
I believe that who is it would be a more appropriate question.
Is that you that said that, Butch?
No. It must have been the natural arch over there. Okay, I'll play. Who are you, and what have you done with Zone Leader Hansen?
I am the guardian of forever. Hansen has entered through me into your world's past.
Entered through you?
Well, I guess we can get back to tracking now, huh, Lehigh?
No, we most certainly can't.
Huh?
We need to get Zone Leader Hansen back and cure his jello-induced space madness.
Come on now, Lehigh. He was a little weird before my mom's jello. Are we sure he's sick?
Where in our world's history is Hansen now, Guardian?
He was asking questions about Mormon history and about lime jello in particular. He entered as I was showing him the Relief Society meeting where sisters first began to experiment with lime jello.
Well, if he disturbs that meeting, the timeline of church history could be permanently changed. Let's go, Butch. Whoa! Will Zone Leader Hansen change church history? Can Butch and Lehigh get him to go before he does? Will the Relief Society let Hansen anywhere near their test kitchen? Tune in next time to hear Relief Society President Mulestein say...
I'm at a loss, sisters. We've tried shredded beets, cauliflower, radishes, eggplant, zucchini, and rutabaga. Nothing seems to go with this new lime jello stuff.
Excuse me, sister. I think we can help.
I don't think we should go against the Prime Directive, Bush.
How did you get in here? One wrong move and you'll see the business end of my skillet. Just like the last kid who wandered in here and tried to tell us how to conduct our business.
Other kid? Oh, hey, it's Zone Leader Hansen. She's knocked him out cold.
Nice going, ma'am. Wish I'd have been here to see it. Tell you what, we'll get him out of your way and you can go back to doing what you were doing. Oh, yeah, and you might want to try shredded carrots.
I warned you about meddling.
She's got a skillet. Run for it. Run. On the next liposuctioning episode of Space Elders.
Radio from Hell on Utah's original alternative X96.
All right, 9:52.
Yeah, no, we didn't talk about Venezuela at all today. Things going bad there.
Mm-hmm.
The president-elect, although his election has been in dispute, his name is Maduro. Was reportedly going to leave the country because there are a lot of people against him there, although not everybody.
Yeah.
And there are two factions, and there's a guy who's the head of the Assembly of Governments, and I don't remember how to pronounce his name, Cuato or something like that. He says he's president, and some people back him. And Maduro's not a particularly nice guy by any means. He's a dictator in the socialist country of Venezuela.
You see,
and
you people want that here?
Yeah, and that's a fallacy. But at any rate, so apparently the reports were that Maduro was feeling enough pressure that he was going to get out because other countries around the world seem to support this other guy and not Maduro. And I don't know. Does anybody know what our position on it has been, really?
Well, the official White House position is they like the new
other guy.
They
the
like
usurper?
the new guy.
And I don't know whether he's a usurper or not.
They say he's the duly elected.
He says he is, and his people say he is. But anyway, there were reports that the pressure was big enough that he was going to leave, and then Putin got a hold of him and said, "Don't leave. We will back you. We will back you. Anybody wants to mess with your government, they mess with us."
And there's going to be a whole lot of innocent people that die while they figure this out.
Yeah. There's a fairly large, apparently, Venezuelan community here in Utah.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, and there was a story about them in the news. I just didn't have a chance to get to it. Venezuelans living in Utah, that just says keeping a close eye on the revolution. The revolution, it really is a revolution going on there right now. There's talk about this one guy who joined about 100 other Venezuelans at the Vincent Event Center in Salt Lake and rallied to support their country. I'm looking to see who it doesn't say which candidate they back. They just don't want they just want their country to be, at peace finally. I guess this guy that's mentioned in the story who lives in Salt Lake, his name is Ortega. He says that Juan Guaido, I think is how you say it, is a member of a party that he is in, and he said he is recognized by the United States as legitimate president. And he said that
it's nasty.
Yeah, people tried to set his house on fire when he was in Venezuela, and he had to escape. And that's why he came to the United States, as an immigrant, a refugee seeking political asylum. And he got in. Anyway, things are really horrible. And Venezuela was in pretty good shape a few years ago.
Yeah.
Had a lot of oil money, as I recall. As a matter of fact, I want to say Citgo, the gas you used to see at 7-Elevens all the time, I think that was a Venezuelan-owned company. So they were in pretty good shape for quite a while, and then things have just gone to hell. So.
Well, that's just great.
So there, we've talked about it.
Okay.
Good enough.
All right.
You got the promo?
Yeah, 1 second, I do.
B?
There.
B.
On Thursday's Radio from Hell show.
At 7 a.m., call in to play Beat Gina. But remember, you have to offer a prize to play.
Also, Chris Jones from Channel 2 will be here at 8:45 with his new measles report.
And I think Jared Hess, the co-director with his wife Jerusha of Napoleon Dynamite, is going to be here and talk about the 15th anniversary of that movie.
Well, so you won't want to miss Thursday's Radio from Hell show on X96.
What was that?
She wants you to put a train whistle in there.
I didn't scroll down far enough.
Jeez. How little do you have your windows there?
Well, I got stuff. I don't want it in the way.
Oh, all right.
We
got everything?
Yeah.
All All business?
I think I'm not backing Maduro. He looks like a bad guy. I want the other guy. He looks nicer.
Just based on looks.
Yeah, he looks nicer. Juan Guaido. I'm sure I'm saying that wrong. Yeah, he looks like a nicer guy.
We should base all things on looks.
Yeah.
No,
because I'd be up S Creek without a paddle, as they say.
All right. Live long and prosper, bitches.
Don't you know who I am?
Give it to me good.
Corey is next.